Me when gaming? Yeah, me when gaming. Me when internet. What's up? Oh, Debuta, you are no moderator. Oh no, my Buddha. Hey, can you all tell me if the sound and shit is okay? Yeah, cool, Universe mods. Cool. So, hey, cool, Stream Elements bot is also running. So for those who saw my tweet, the character is already made. I didn't load in on him one time yet, so I just made him, that's all. So we're gonna start from scratch with level 1, not even gonna level him up. We're just gonna try to beat the story in one run without grinding or anything. Should be fine. Hey, Coffee. Write in the chat, !! shout out. Alright, I'm gonna let the cutscenes run, because playthrough.
This is the last time I gaze upon this planet.
It's up to me now. I'm gonna change the future!
Command doesn't work.
You fool! Eat that! Take that! Scum! Take that! Frieza! Frieza! Why in the hell are you attacking us?
So the legendary Super Saiyan has shown up. How very unsavory. Allow me to continue my vengeance.
This will change everything!
There we go.
Ah!
I'll show you some beautiful fireworks.
No way!
Oh, my Buddha, the dialogue is changed because of revamp. That's why it seems a bit weird. And the Divide Phoenix, as long as you are on the downgraded version before the 1.20 update, you can still play mods. You can actually download this mod right now on the page. Oh, by the way, Coffee, if you want a VC or something, I'm up for it. Just gonna set that up so people can hear you. What's up?
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Epic. Computer's been a little bit of a slowpoke today.
Welcome home.
It's fine. I mean, just when I wanted to start this stream,
Great.
the goddamn internet
You've been
broke
chosen
down.
for that big mission.
Oh,
And I had to turn down from 140p to 40p I meant to 1080. Kinda sucks, but
Oh,
should still look
cheer
fine
up.
enough.
The Supreme Kai of Time has graciously appeared to give you her best wishes after all. I mean,
would you be
don't
cool
you
with
think you're
screen
being a bit
sharing through
cold?
Discord your game, or would that affect the stream?
I don't know. I could try if you want. I'll watch the,
It's
if
up
it
to you.
drops frames. Why? Because of the delay?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll just lower the quality a bit on Discord and then it should be fine, I guess.
Yeah. I would ning it 480p.
Oh, so you're looking for the old man.
Hey, Cardcast is here. What's up, Cardcast?
When he heard you pass the test, he went off somewhere in a hurry.
And Crimson.
Why don't you go and look for him? You know what? I'm pretty sure that he was the happiest to hear about your success.
I don't care what anyone says. I like that soundtrack. I do not mind the carnival music of Canton City. Like,
It's
I
not
know
bad.
there are a lot of people. I know there are a lot of people in the community being like, "Oh, Xenoverse 2's soundtrack is so trash," and it's like, this is what music is usually like in slice of life portions of Dragon Ball. Like, this is a pretty goofy franchise, and I find it very funny how there are lots of people who are all like, "Oh, where's the badass guitar music?" It plays when it has to. Like,
I really don't mind at all
Hello.
how the music is. Like, we are in a fucking goofy city, so. It's
like,
problem.
look at what kind of city
Howdy!
Canton is, and yeah, like people only associate it with that one like orchestra track that goes burn, 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 burn. Like you I think you unlock that track when you're getting closer to the end of the story mode.
Yeah.
But still, it's like not everything has to be like this grand epic scale thing. Like I don't I feel like this is a wild comparison, but Dragon Ball isn't Marvel like some modern fans kind of want it to be, where like everything is like this big epic scale thing.
Yeah.
And it's the other thing is like people treating the franchise like WWE, where like they only care about the fights, and it's like, so we're just gonna completely ignore the fact that this franchise started out as a story of a little boy with a monkey tail and a magic stick who flew around on a magic cloud that only let him fly on it because he's pure of heart. And he goes on adventures to find mystical orbs with a bandit, a pig, a flying cat, a teenage girl, an old pervert, and
Yes?
a dwarf monk. That's the best. That's the best way I can describe Krillin.
With a midget. I don't know.
like there's
Yes?
this franchise is inherently goofy, and the like majority of the community has been gaslit into thinking this is some like insanely like purely action oriented badass franchise WWE style fucking fight fest, and it's like this was a parody of Journey to the West.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, did you know that,
unreal expectations from this franchise sometimes? I don't know, it's so weird.
Yeah, like the unrealistic expectations go beyond just the anime and the overall storytelling. It's also towards the video games and what people expect from that. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised when Budokai Tenkaichi 4 potentially has only like 100-something characters upon release, and not the same size roster as BT3, because they can just condense most of what's been added in Super and GT into like singular characters, like GT Goku, OG Dragon Ball Kid Goku, and Dragon Ball Super Goku. They can all fit into like one Goku slot, technically.
Technically, yeah. Also, hey Leon, the creator, well, one of the creators of the mod himself is here.
I'm excited to see gameplay. I don't think I've seen the movesets for the Bio Androids.
They transform.
No matter how much trash there is, it's still trash.
Oh yeah,
What? Hey, can I get your help?
Okay, so we got some imperfect cell in there. I think I saw some Ginyu.
I changed the aura, by the way. Usually, it still uses the Namekian aura, but just for the sake of it being a whole thing, I put the Cell aura. Which is also the
Okay,
Holy aura.
So it's a mix of Imperfect Cell and Captain Ginyu. I like that. Ginyu doesn't really get used much in custom moveset mods, so I'm happy he's getting seen a little with this.
I'm just noticing that the colors on the outfit are messed up. Bruh. I'll fix that.
Thought your character was wearing jeans for a second.
What?
And yes, of course we're using Revamp.
Now, bring it along.
Gotta use Revamp.
Do it!
Revamp when they don't make 60 beast hairs. They're just like dimps for real.
That's just an L. Just an L.
Right? Like, very disturbingly rare Revamp L. They didn't make 60 beast hairs. They're gonna get pulled into the depths like dimps.
Honestly disappointed. Also, Crimson is in the general VC.
Serves you right.
I like that Revamp removed his arm.
Yeah. I wonder what they'll do for some other cutscenes in 5.0.
What was that?
I mean, we did see a few, like the
Where did-
future Gohan cutscene.
Oh, did they change the future Gohan cutscene?
Yeah, what they did is, when he starts to fly away, he transforms into Super Saiyan.
Oh!
That's so cool. Yeah, and gave Goku his giant hole, the White Phoenix, yeah.
But yeah,
That was some handy work. Those moves weren't half
oh my
bad.
god, DBS Chronicles,
for your
stop with the fake leaks, my god!
Goku
When he
and
posts this
Piccolo
time.
would surely have been
3 hours
defeated
ago, he
if you
posts
hadn't
a
stepped in
gif
and
of a
saved them.
disappointed Goku looking up to the sky
Your job
with a
is
caption,
helping to correct
highly
any
unlikely.
inconsistencies like this that crop up in the timeline. This time went smoothly, but
I
battles
don't
later
even know
on in
anymore.
history get intense.
He just gaslit his entire, like, platform
Because only
into
the
following
strong
him.
Can correct history.
Just so he could have leaker
But
clout.
since you're training under the greatest Kai in the universe,
So I
there
clicked the wrong
shouldn't be
mute button.
much to worry about.
I meant to mute the screen share for just a bit while I was talking. Like, I'm still
As long
watching
as
it,
you
but
listen to
no
my
audio.
advice,
But yeah, like,
you'll
most
come
of his
to your own
leaker
eventually.
clout
And
just comes from Geekdom.
Yeah, we get it.
Most of the leaks that he
You really
reports
do
on are
ramble,
from
old
Geekdom
man.
or DBS Hype.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I
when
didn't
he
expect
put
anything
out,
else.
right? Like
Listen
when
here,
he
Supreme
put out the
Conference time.
quote unquote leak
I'm
about
only a
Xenoverse 3
millennium
being
older
in
than
production
you. That
and
hardly
having
makes me
a
an old man.
possibility of
What are
2024
you saying?
for a
Anyone
release
who
date,
laid eyes on you would easily call you an old
that all
man.
came from Geekdom during
Don't
a
even
random
try to
live
compare
stream,
yourself to an
but
adorable girl like
Geekdom
me.
never said anything about a release date.
You call yourself adorable? How do you find a hat
All
with
he
a
said
head
was,
that big?
You want to know why you're not seeing manga characters in the video games? Because
That's
they
all
haven't been
from us for the
animated.
moment.
And once we get
We'll
that,
tell you
you'll see
more
characters
about
like
the
Moro
world
and Granola
later on.
in Xenoverse. And speaking of
Okay,
Xenoverse,
then.
yeah,
Guess you would
Xenoverse
have
3
to
in
guess after
production
listening to
or
his
some shit.
speeches.
Like I can't
Am I
remember
right?
what exact stream it was,
Allow
but
me to walk you out. This way,
it
please.
feels like he mentions it so offhandedly.
Hey,
Like
wait!
it
You can't just
it felt
jump ahead
like
that.
he just wanted to get that out of the way when he was quote unquote reporting about it. So I feel like even he might think it's bullshit. I think even Geekdom may not have all the info when it comes to Xenoverse. Like apparently his info was somewhat reliable when it came to teasing some form of Cell being in Superhero when that movie was still coming out. Because like over the course of Superhero's marketing campaign, or before it came out, he was saying a whole bunch of stuff about like some way we're gonna get like something relating to Cell in the movie, and kept posting pictures of like perfect Cell or semi-perfect Cell. And then like when people were shitting on him for it because he was essentially spoiling Cell Max in some way, he defended himself by being all like, "Oh, the trailers are just gonna show it anyway. The trailers are just gonna show it like a month before the movie comes out. Month before the movie comes out, they've shown jack shit about the third act fight, except for the main characters just blasting at something." And
Something.
right, and then when like they didn't show anything about Cell Max or Beast Gohan until like a month after the movie dropped. And it's kind of funny how like all the quote unquote leakers tried making excuses for posting spoilers, and like everyone making excuses, being all like, "Oh, if you don't want to see spoilers, why are you on social media?" And it's like, you have a way to keep yourself from spoiling people. You can you can write everything you want on like your phone's notepad, screenshot it, post it as an image, hide it behind a sensitive content barrier,
Was that?
and then put in your post spoilers below. It is the easiest shit in the world. I can
Yeah.
do it. And everyone can do it. But they
Literally
chose
everyone.
to act right, and they chose to act arrogant about it.
Greetings.
And I feel like that's what's really wrong with Dragon Ball leaker culture. They have such a stick in their ass when it comes to like accountability and not really caring about what people see, because like they spoiled Beast Gohan and Cell Max for a lot of fucking people, and it was hectic. And DBS Chronicles only then like continued to say like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm still going to post spoilers," and it's like, okay, like does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember when Chronicles spoiled Beast Gohan and he only bragged about it and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna continue doing it." It's like, okay, fuck you then. There's a reason why I have you blocked on every account that I've made.
I really don't understand why people spoiled like so much about the movie. I mean, there were even like clips going around of the whole Cell Max fight.
Yeah, and like even the Japanese marketing team, it was like only a month after the movie that they were actually posting third act spoilers. They waited until a month after but everyone was posting shit
What
immediately.
incarnation? He's out for the count. But that's okay. You can counterattack.
Also,
Remember,
Leon
when
said,
you're down
what's
and
funny,
out,
we were going to do a
use
Cell Max
assist
Alpha
to
before it
provide
came
your
out.
friends with
I
backup.
would have liked to see that.
That'd be pretty cool. Maybe there's potential to add it, like in the final release version. Is there potential for the Cell Max style to be added as like a customizable outfit? Who's that Chronicles guy? Never heard of him. DBS Chronicles is someone on Dragon Ball Twitter who is infamous for quote-unquote leaking a bunch of stuff when most of those leaks don't even come from him. He's just parroting off of other people. And he's most known for being the person who quote-unquote leaked Xenoverse 3 and Beast Gohan when the movie came. Like, I guess before the movie came out, he spoiled Beast Gohan.
Funniest part about the whole Xenoverse 3 leak, it was just a line of text with a fucking fan-made picture from that CGI UI Goku cutscene with a fake Xenoverse 3 on it.
Isn't it from, like,
I think it was
a...
from Burkle, from the Xenoverse 3 page.
I thought, I thought, like, the leak that Xenoverse
leak
3...
itself.
Yeah, it was either... I think it came from Geekdom, who just randomly, like, mentioned something about it, like I said with that stream. And then it passed on to this random French Dragon Ball YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Who then had the stream where they talked about it linked by Chronicles. Chronicles linked that stream where that guy talked about it. But the guy credits Geekdom for the information.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of...
I don't know. This whole leak is still weird.
Yeah, I don't trust it. There's a bunch of stuff that definitely does sound like it points to a potential of a potential Xenoverse 3. Like it may have been happening some time ago, but now plans have changed. Like sometimes people have plans that they originally have, but then something doesn't fall through and they decide to do something different. It happens all the time. But people act like, especially in the Dragon Ball community, people act like, oh, if you have this thing planned, you must see it through. Or else you're lying to us, or, you know, doing like a bait and switch or something. And that's not how this stuff works.
Hey, my Obscure? Was this inspired by Dragon Ball Heroes? Or what do you mean, this mod? Or the character?
Yeah, I was about to say, I was talking about the mod because I can see that being a possibility.
I mean, they do have the costume of the Dragon Ball Heroes Bio Android character, I believe.
Yeah, because I think in Heroes, and online there are Bio Android characters.
Yeah. The Heroes, I think his name is Genome, or something like that, or Genome, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's a Bio Android.
Sorry if it seems like I'm kind of taking over your stream with, like,
It's
my
fine.
rambling.
Oh, it's fine. It's just a chill playthrough. I didn't plan to, like, talk
Give
about
commentary.
literally anything that I'm doing in this mod. It's just chill and show off what you can do with the
It's
characters.
just gonna be a silent playthrough, but now you sort of have a source of commentary.
And it's sad playthrough. I mean, I would have interacted with the chat, but I mean, it's more fun this way.
Bro, let the key blast hit him. It's just floating.
Nah.
Sitting in limbo. But yeah, it's just wild how, like,
Good job, kid. You really cleaned house.
Something else is closing in.
they're
Come on,
like
get
how
this.
a lot of these quote-unquote leakers have such a large following, yet no one is able to see through the obvious bullshit of, you know, their claims. And I'm surprised, Slow kind of
Is that a challenge?
bought into it to some extent. Because he has sourced that leak in his videos a couple times, the DBS Chronicles Xenoverse 3 leak.
Why don't you jump
And it's
in there
like-
with them too?
By the way, Tien,
My guy,
how are things with lunch?
it's not real.
Don't ask It's complicated.
Or
Like-
I wouldn't say like not real because we don't know. I would say like there is no real proof or anything
Yeah.
reliable about this leak. Like I would
Yeah.
believe it more from someone like DBS Hype because he actually predicted stuff like the Kakarot Bardock DLC like half
Yeah,
a year
like-
before that was even announced.
Yeah, like that part was fucking crazy because, like, how did he know that?
I don't know. I mean,
He probably keeps his sources under wraps, and I think he doesn't like use he's not like one of those leaker accounts who uses their follower base for clout. And he's not all like, oh, if I reach this certain amount of followers, I'll give y'all a scoop.
yeah.
And it's just, like, I fucking hate that. Like, oh, if you guys boost my appearance in the algorithm, then I'll reveal, like, this top secret info that's not supposed to get out.
Yeah. When people start like that, oh, help me reach this and this amount of followers and then I'll reveal something, yeah, that's just bait. That's just pure bait. Also, a random side note, I love how all the Namekian NPCs are now also bio-android. It looks so funny. We just have some bio-androids chilling around here, and they... sometimes look super
Umai says, does this have max form? Technically, it's not the same cell, but it would be cool nonetheless.
weird. What it does
I'm
have
not
is Turn
sure.
Giant.
Yeah, and I think that's a good substitute for if that was even ever interpreted as a form. I don't really see Max as a cell form. It's just a version of Cell. It's a completely different model, and that actually brings up something that I've talked about a lot on my streams when it comes to the concept of a perfect Cell Max. It just I dislike it. I very strongly dislike the concept of Cell Max in perfect form. I love Cell Max the way he is.
Don't mind me, I'm just
But-
gonna skip the DLC cutscenes real quick.
Right? But yeah, like, when it comes to the concept of Perfect Cell Max, like, it's... I feel like it's just... sneeze.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you. But yeah, the concept of a perfect cell max doesn't make sense at all, in the sense that Cell Max was created to only look strictly like semi-perfect Cell. He does not have the same evolution process as the original Cell. When people say, "Oh, Perfect Cell Max would that would be what he would look like if he was actually complete," like Dr. Hedo said, no, 100% no. Like, if Cell Max was completed 100%, the only thing that would improve on him is his brain process. He would actually be able to be controlled. He'd be able to think the way that his creators want him to.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he is incomplete is 100 is like completely irrelevant to what he looks like. What was incomplete about him was his overall function. Like, he was always going to look like Semi-Perfect Cell, even if he was like completely done like processing. If he was done processing in the tube, he still would have looked like Semi-Perfect.
Yeah, and I also hate when people say, like, Cell Max, like they brought Cell back. No, they didn't. Cell Max is not
No.
Cell. He's a completely new type of android who only shares the name
Yeah.
and a bit of the appearance with the original Cell.
Yeah, it's a completely different character. He doesn't act the same as the older Cell. He's an unthinking brute kaiju, completely different to the snarky original Cell, who was more similar to Frieza than anything.
That scroll shows
Yeah.
there has been another
Like-
change in history.
This is when the two
It's
Saiyans,
just-
Nappa and
I-
Vegeta, arrive on Earth.
I don't understand how
Two Saiyans this time.
a lot of the
Split the pickle, wouldn't
Dragon
you
Ball
say?
fandom will go and
These changes
just
have been picking
parrot
up in
off of other
frequency.
people's opinions
Please be careful
and not
out
think for themselves and just copying what other people say. It's like, oh, Cell Max is just it's just Cell brought back. No, it's not. If you've watched the movie, you know it's a completely different model using the original Cell blueprint, but altered to the way Dr. Hedo and Magenta want it to be. And it doesn't make sense because he doesn't have a way to absorb people. Literally cannot have. Yeah, he doesn't have. Like, how is he supposed to absorb people? How is he supposed to, quote unquote, absorb the gammas like some people were expecting to happen?
His tail
I don't
must
know
be
why-
massive.
Right? Like, his tail is literally like. It's like a mace. And, like, I don't think that thing can open up and absorb people.
Probably not, unless it can, like, you know, open up, like, not in a way how Cell's original tail opened up, like, I don't know, some sort of, how to describe that?
Either way, like, he was not built with the same evolution process as original Cell. He was not built to absorb any androids. He was not built to absorb the gammas.
Nah.
And I'm glad we got him the way we did. And
Would've been
not
kinda
some...
weird.
And, like, I really, really dislike... Like, this is a little bit of a touchy subject, but, like, all these fan animations that are basically a redo of the Cell arc, that have Gohan instead of going Beast, they give him fucking Super Saiyan 4 or something.
Oh, please
And
don't
then,
start.
And then they give instead of being Cell Max, they just straight up bring the original Cell back and have him kill Videl and Pan. It's fucking cringe.
I will
And-
never understand that. Why in every fan version, Pan has to be killed by the normal Cell?
Like, you can motivate Gohan and give him a new power-up without fucking murdering his family. It is not that hard. Like, people in the fandom will go and eat all this fucking slop writing up, and it's annoying. Like, not to... I'm not shitting on the animators or the voice actors who contribute to these projects, because I'm sure they put in a lot of work to, you know, making it feel as good as they want it to be. It's the writing that I have a problem with, and how it feels so much like forced fan service bullshit. Like, and then you'll get, like, comments underneath those fan animations being all like, oh, this is what we should have gotten. Like, if this is the version we got in theaters, this movie would have made like $1 billion, and like,
No.
fuck off. Like, DBS Broly didn't even cross 150 million worldwide. What makes you think some, like, YouTube fan animation logic writing bullshit, what makes you think that'll make a Dragon Ball movie cross $1 billion?
We're both disposable,
You're crapping on Toyotaro?
Make no mistake.
Kind of not, actually. Yeah, I don't,
Taro? Huh?
yeah, I don't see how that's crapping on Toyotaro, because I quite enjoyed the DBS manga, because
Same.
it doesn't get so fucking aggressive with the forced fan service bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
and-
yeah, we got Bardock involved in the story to some capacity, but it's not to the point of like, oh my god, Goku revives the Saiyan race and gets to meet his parents for the first time. Oh my god.
the most classic fan service story.
Like, no, it's an actual simple story of how Bardock sort of indirectly affected Goku's life.
Yeah, and also about the whole movie situation. People always criticize Resurrection F for bringing Frieza back, but then they make fan stories about Cell coming back and say this is how it should have been? But isn't that the exact same problem then?
Who was that anyway?
Right? Like, they'll say, oh,
there's no
they,
time to stop and
why,
wonder. I have to get
they'll be
over
like,
to
why bring
Gohan
Frieza back?
fast.
Give us new villains.
I have no
Even though
idea
they
who you
have
are,
been
but
giving us new villains.
thanks.
The only,
really
I would
helped
say, kind of
no,
unoriginal
that enormous
villains in
presence I
Super,
sensed vanished.
in terms of
I have to
concept.
hurry.
Goku Black is literally just
you wanna
the
come
evil
with me?
Goku concept. But to some extent, they were able to make it work for the story that they were telling. Like, it wasn't just some edgy looking, oh, it's Goku, but his gi is red, and his eyes are red, and his unique Super Saiyan form is colored red, and it's like,
Red is evil.
it's cringe. But yeah, like,
Krillin, just
they were
stay
able to
back.
put their
I'll
own
take
spin
from
on
here.
it, and I like Super Saiyan
Nah.
Rose,
Go
and
on.
I like
We'll go.
half-corrupted fusion Zamasu. The whole concept of him was
There
pretty
you
cool by the end of the arc.
Yeah, I love
but-
Zamasu, I love Goku Black. Really cool characters, even though it's kind of just like, we are evil and want to kill our mortals.
Right, like, even though the concept of the characters is just evil Goku and expandable. Other than that, we've had some pretty original Dragon Ball villains over time. Like, they may share some similar motivations to some older villains, but that doesn't make them, like, copycats. Like, I've seen people, you know, like, oh my god, Granola is another villain with the grudge against the Saiyans. Oh, Baby called. Oh, Frieza called. It's like, you're missing the point of the arc.
Yeah, you should just wait until the story continues, because, I mean, it turned out that Granola was just a bit misguided.
Right? And he was being used by the Heaters for their own personal gain, which only ended badly for them overall. Yeah, Goku Black could have been clone Goku from Fighters. Yeah, like, that'd be, like, the shitty version of the Goku
That'd
Black
be
arc.
the cringe version.
Right, if it was literally just a clone of Goku who was red and gray and had pale skin. Like, it just goes to show that most of the fandom does not know how writing works.
A grand majority. Like, that's really sad. And the same goes for game development.
Oh, yeah, don't fucking get me started on how much I've delved deep into Xenoverse 2 as a game and how it works, and
Not
then
even
come
for
to the
Xenoverse
realization.
only.
Oh yeah, like other games as well. Like learning how all these games work, how they're developed, how much time it takes to develop this, how much time the devs are given that is actually so little compared to, like, other stuff. And then also, like, the amount of budget that they're given to develop these games, and their additional content that can sometimes be a little too low for what they need, and the amount of content that they put into these DLCs. Like, I know people say, oh, quality over quantity, why is there all this stuff that's getting put in DLCs? Because there's so much stuff in the game that needs to be updated. Like, we have parallel quests, raids, artworks, Hero Coliseum, photo mode, Crystal Raid. Like, it's more than just story missions and characters and skills. I genuinely dislike, this is a very recent disliking, but I really hate how a lot of the community views Xenoverse DLCs as like care packages for their CACs. Most people hyperfixate on skills only for this game. Like, they'll look at the DLC, they'll look at the characters and what all they add, and they'll judge the DLC solely off of that, not off of what could potentially be coming in the story, or what fun little wacky things they'll do in the parallel quests. Like, they'll only judge the game off of what we get, what skills we get from the upcoming characters, and how they will work online.
Karka says he needs to borrow you for a thing.
Okay, Cardcast, meet me in Mod Focus. Jump in there. But yeah, like, before I jump in there, like, the moral of the story is, like, there is so much more. There's so much stuff that needs to get updated in Xenoverse 2 than just skills and new characters. There's so much more to develop in these DLCs than just that. The DLCs are not just care packages for your CACs and PvP. That's not how this works. This game is not solely reliant on the online modes. That's not how this whole thing works. Like, if you only play Xenoverse 2 for online, all power to you. But that's not all that matters to this game. And I have another subject relating to that that I want to talk about once I get back. But I'll be right back.
So yeah, what I wanted to say is, like, I've already seen people say Orange Piccolo would be a bad character because his skills, like his super attacks, Fierce Fist, and Demonic Destruction, is that the name? I think so. Because they are just punch and throw. That's all. So what? Like, just because his skills are not the fanciest stuff, I mean, the animation looks so clean. I don't see what's wrong about these skills. I don't know why people complain so much about 2 skills when we're having a whole DLC pack with story, PQs, artworks, characters, and yes, there is CAC stuff as well, but it's not like the sole focus, there's more than just that, so I really don't get why people get so upset about the DLC every time. It's like, every year the same shit. Like, whoa, so many DLCs going through the game. What are they doing? Yeah, Dragon Ball is alive and well. I mean, we just had a movie recently. We've got Tenkaichi 4, or whatever they will call it, incoming. And there will be much more. I mean, Xenoverse 3, I still say it will happen eventually, but it will probably still take a while. They're probably waiting on some more content from the anime or whatsoever so that they will have more story content and stuff like that. So, for the time being, Xenoverse 2 is going strong. I mean, it's one of the most successful anime games. It's like the second most successful anime game of all time. So, of course they will make updates and DLCs for it. Like, anything else would be stupid. That's just my opinion on that.
Damn it. Not lost.
Yeah, Xenoverse 3 could come out of nowhere like Tenkaichi did. They could literally just... I mean, the Battle Hour, when Tenkaichi got announced, nobody expected that. I bet barely anyone even watched the damn thing. I didn't watch it. Acceleration for Xenoverse 3, yeah, real. Please. Just hire Mars. No.
Yeah, I also see that a lot on Dragon Ball Twitter, how people will be going in unironically, like, this is supposed to be a meme, but the Dragon Ball community actually uses this, like, phrase unironically, saying, like, oh my god, the game devs need to hire modders, they'll make a better game. No, they won't.
If modders, like, you could have the most skilled developer as a modder, the most skilled modder as a developer, they would still have to do what Bandai/Dim says. Like, they cannot just... Okay, so we hired Charizard and Doug now, and that means we can install Revamp on console. No?
No, right, because, like, they're still going to fall under the same creative restrictions as the developers. Hiring modders wouldn't just automatically give them the creative freedom they have when they make their mods. Because there's also licensing issues that happen with the stuff that they want to implement. Because they can't just freely implement the Jump Force characters. They can't just implement Kane and Galena. Or...
People expect that to be so simple. I mean... Huh? Totally
because Dragon Ball fans don't know how game development works. They don't know how licensing works. They think that negotiations for this shit would just happen on a whim, and it would be like the quickest thing in the world, when, like, the way they operate with this shit is completely different to how this kind of thing works with other game developers. Bandai and Shueisha are completely different with how they handle licenses for the anime that gets adapted into games.
Yeah, exactly what you say. The modders are independent. They have their creative freedom that the developers do not have.
Exactly. Devs are doing what they're demanded to do. Modders are doing what they want to do.
Yeah. They don't get that being a game developer is also a job. They're doing that because they're getting paid for it. They're not, like, they have a job to do. They are not there to be just completely freely there and do whatever they want.
Yeah, and also, they have lives outside of that job. They can't just be working on these games every single day. They have break days.
Imagine being a game developer who already works like 12 hours a day, and then you continue it when you're at home for the rest of the day as well.
That'd be hell, dude. Like, no, I would want to settle down at home, watch a movie, and just go to sleep. Like, even if I worked at Dimps, I'd just be all like, okay, I'm done for today. Okay, I'm gonna go home, go bed.
Pretty sure everyone would be like that.
I have my weekend off. Okay, I'm gonna go play some video games.
Like, people do not realize how much of a struggle developers have. Like, I remember Syriax did a video once on his time at 2K Games, and he was only like a tester, and even he was already like, I don't know, he was working like, I don't know, 14 hours a day or something. I don't know, I don't quite remember what he said, but he was working way too much.
Jesus.
And that's just as a tester.
Yeah, like, yeah, it gets really annoying when seeing all this shit about the Xenoverse community and how, like, a majority of the community does not understand how all this works, and they parrot their quote-unquote opinions off of YouTubers or just popular social media influencers in general. And I think one of the main things that annoys me about the unrealistic expectations of the Xenoverse community is acting like the game should be exactly like
You're
Budokai
not getting
Tenkaichi or
away.
Raging Blast, instead of having its own identity. Like-
no words about that. If like this whole argument of Xenoverse being like Tenkaichi
Why are you
is just
stopping
plain
me?
stupid.
Krillin,
There's nothing to
Right.
it. Nothing.
okay.
Right, and
What?
like the
Next
only
time.
character
No.
creator Dragon Ball game
I'll beat him
that
on my own.
that is like Tenkaichi in any way is Ultimate Tenkaichi, because that game actually has skills that use animations from Tenkaichi and Raging Blast. Like, ever since like I did a video on it that talked about how like for the past like I don't know 5 or so years they were using the same skill
nicely
animations
done.
from
Give
BT3
that back.
all the way up to Ultimate Tenkaichi. Like BT3 came out in 2007. Ultimate Tenkaichi came out in 2011. If you compare the animation for Goku's Meteor Combination, if you compare like it's four games, four Dragon Ball games.
From
Came-
different
came-
generations.
Yeah, like 4 Dragon Ball games came out within the span
Welcome
of
back to
4
YouTube.
years that use some of the
Yeah.
same skill
What's that
animations as the last one. Like it was literally like the
Sorry.
Tenkaichi series
Failed in my
was
mission.
slowly becoming another NBA 2K. And
Yeah.
I'm glad they
About it.
I'm glad they
They were that
stopped
easy
when
to
they
catch,
did
you
and
would've
only
gotten
came
them
back
already.
later, because if they had kept that streak
A proper
going
introduction is in
even
order.
when like even when Super came
yeah.
out, like
That's
if
right.
if we just got a new
Nice to
Dragon
meet
Ball
you.
game every year that
I'm
just
Trunks.
played the exact same way as
I'm in
Tenkaichi or Raging
charge
Blast, this franchise would
of the
die.
Time Patrol.
I'm
It's
sorry if
better
that's
speaking,
controversial for some people.
guess.
Dragon Ball games would die if every
here
single
is my
game we
partner.
got every year was just a BT or RB copycat.
We've been
I'm
using
glad
the
we have
scrolls
something like
to
Xenoverse.
perform
I'm glad we have
special
something
missions.
like Breakers. I'm glad we have something like Fighters, Kakarot, Fusions, Dokkan,
But
Legends.
There have
All
been
this
so many
variety
changes
in Dragon
history
Ball
lately
gaming.
that we're a
But
bit
now that
short-handed.
BT4 has been announced,
That's
like
why I've had
I'm
to ask
excited for
help
BT4, don't get me
from
wrong.
you and
But now that
Albert
it's announced, people
These
are just
dudes
shoving
told
all these
me
other games out of the way as
you're
if they
quite
don't fucking matter,
They say
and as if
you're a
they
cut
did
above the
nothing for
rest,
Dragon Ball
apparently.
gaming, when that is just a straight up
Elder Kai
fucking lie.
admires your persistence.
Yeah,
The way
and
you
also
keep
about the whole
finishing
Tenkaichi
mission after
reusing
mission.
thing. They've even reused voice lines from like 2007 or prior to that in PS3 games. So those games were
That's
really
neat.
just
No,
copy and
don't spoil
paste
our new
at
agent.
times.
Yeah, and like especially like
I never
Oh.
said anything like that. You've got a
It's-
long way to
It,
go,
it's funny when people try to act
Don't
like
listen to him.
Xenoverse
That's
2
not
does
true at
nothing
all.
for
You've
Dragon
been
Ball
doing
gaming, or like it's a
excellent
plague on Dragon Ball gaming.
Stop
Then
that
why
right
is it
now.
the best-selling Dragon Ball video game of all time?
Yeah, and also
Oh,
slowly becoming the best-selling anime game of all time.
Yeah, how many units is it at right now? Isn't it close to 10 million? When DLC 15 came out, they said it was at 9 million.
May have reached it by now. It's definitely getting close to it. If it's not there
Why are all
already.
these people suddenly appearing
Right.
out of their proper places and times?
No, like
They
it's
got away from me this
it's
time.
annoying,
We've seen
and
this
like
before.
whenever like
It's them.
and I've tried talking
Yes.
about this
The pair I was chasing.
on
the
other
ones behind
platforms,
all of this.
and
They enlist villains from different timelines.
it's sad that this
Use
kind of
them
thing
to
happens,
sow
but
chaos.
I can't
And who's this you speak of?
I can't
The
voice
denizens of the
my
demon
passion
realm
for this
who have
game
come from a
or
time
my
far in the
defenses
future to
for this.
steal
Like, don't get me
energy
wrong, I have my
from
criticisms of
past.
Xenoverse as well,
The wicked
but I
scientist
can't
Dora
voice my
and her
passion
abominable
and
creation,
defenses for this game
Mira.
without getting called a dick rider.
Yeah, same.
Like, you're only allowed to dislike Xenoverse or else you're a dick rider. BT4 all the way, only game that matters.
Phew.
Yeah.
Looks like
I really
If
hated
you like-
when
if you-
that game got announced and people were like, yeah, Xenoverse is dead. BT4 claims the top now, as it should.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if BT4
I've
ends up
been
being
looking
bad.
for you,
Yeah, same.
Turles.
Because if BT4 ends up being bad, those
You're
people
not
are gonna have
the
to eat
easiest
their
people
fucking
to
words.
find.
only because Xenoverse is old. Well, old but gold, like it's still going. What's the
right?
problem?
And they're still going kind of
I
hard
told
with
you
the
never to act
DLCs
on
and
your
everything
own.
that they introduce
What I
gameplay
do
wise.
is none of
People
your
don't pay
damn
attention to this much,
business.
but every single DLC that we have gotten for Xenoverse 2 since DLC Pack 7 has added at least one character with every pack that adds a new gameplay mechanic.
Yeah,
And I
Xenoverse
don't-
is
I-
at a new peak with the recent DLCs.
Right? Like, people will be like, oh, but all we're getting is the reskins. Because what the fuck are you expecting with these characters? They're at least better produced than the reskins we got in Raging Blast.
Don't order me
Because
around
most of the
here.
characters in
I
that
don't
game
recall
were
ever becoming your
reskins
servant.
who used the exact same 1 out of 7 combo types in that game.
So I can
Don't
have my
don't
revenge
believe
on
me?
that
I
second
can start
brat,
streaming the
but
game
that's
right
all.
fucking now and show you every single combo type. There is only 7. And like each
We
character
mustn't
is
bicker
grouped
amongst
into
us.
one of those 7 combo types.
you have
I know
what
what
I asked
Pycon's
for?
combo type is. I know what Goku's.
Yes,
Every like
you can take it.
every character in that roster only gets to fight a certain way. They're not allowed any fluidity. or uniqueness.
Whoever
Where
eats
did
the fruit of the
Toa go?
tree of might
Oh no,
will
she
gain
disappeared.
incredible power beyond compare.
Here, take this fruit, but I'm also going to like die.
I'll be able to crush
Hakai.
Kakarot with a single blow. You
Fruit of the tree of might, more like fruit of the tree of
Well,
I don't know,
you
goodbye.
what to do.
I'm cringe, get out of here.
Huh, I wonder about
But yeah.
that.
It's really funny how people will complain about reskins
You know,
in Xenoverse
you
2
should really
when the
just
older
reprogram.
games were much more aggressive with the copy and
fine.
pasting of characters. Like Raging Blast 2 I think is like I think
Oh,
it
come on.
it
Why
one of its
bother
biggest
anyway?
problems
They're wreaking
is
havoc
how
throughout
a
history
majority of
well
the
enough
roster
on their
can
own.
or like basically the entire roster can only fight one of 7 ways.
Besides, I have everything
Each of them
going.
like and if you group up all of the combo type 1 characters together, they all just fight the same way. Their one Raging Soul combo, like it's their one Raging Soul combo just goes and this is just Xbox controls talking. XXXXX YYYY AY XY BY. I have that combo memorized because it's so simple and fucking easy.
Yeah.
Raging Blast 2, in terms of its general combat, is way easier to play. But that is also kind of a downside, considering, you know, all characters in the roster can only fight one of 7 ways. I get it's nostalgic for people, and a lot of people grew up with it, but to those people who grew up with it, did you truly master how the combat worked? Or were you just mashing and doing all the skills and doing fun little role plays with all the characters? Like, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, I'm saying that the people who try to act like Raging Blast combat is better than Xenoverse. Because, like, if you truly believe in that, do you know exactly how everything in that game works? Do you know all the 7 different combo types? Have you memorized all 7 Raging Soul combo strings? Do you know how to do all the cancels and all the different strings that you can link into one another? Or are you just talking solely off of your childhood nostalgia and, you know, how blinded you are by your fucking nostalgia for this game that anything else is shit compared to it? That's like one of the main things I hate, is how people who are nostalgia blinded by their favorite franchises will act like this one thing that I grew up with is the only thing that matters. Everything else that comes out is shit. That's one thing I hate.
Hey,
People be saying that Tenkaichi and Raging Blast have better combat systems than Xenoverse, when every character in Tenkaichi and Raging Blast plays almost the exact same. It just looks slightly different, but the essentials of the combos are literally always the same.
And with Xenoverse, if you actually look in the files, each character's moveset files are built completely differently from one another. Each moveset has its own format and combos that can string into one another. Fucking DBS base Gogeta has a secret combo.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you would have never seen that in the Tenkaichi or Raging Blast game. Never.
Exactly. Like, base Gogeta's secret combo is something unique to him that no other character has, that basically string a bunch of his different combo animations together to form a completely new combo. It's wild. It is absolutely wild how people will just say all this shit about Dragon Ball games without doing either any proper research, actually playing the games, looking into how they work, or, you know, following their own opinions. Like, oh, I think another thing I hate is when people say, oh, this previous game did it, why can't this new game do it? And I'm talking about, like, characters who can transform into specific forms. Like, people are like, oh, why can't Vegeta transform into Super Saiyan God? Because Super Saiyan God Vegeta didn't exist in the anime until 3 years after the game fucking came out.
So you should phrase that different. People were also saying, like, Super Saiyan God Vegeta should have been in the base game. Huh? He didn't exist.
I fucking hate... Yeah, he didn't exist. And, like, to people saying he should have been a free update, no, he fucking shouldn't have. He introduces so... He has completely new combo animations and combo function. Like, he is the character for Ultra Pack 1 that added the new mechanic. Two of them added new mechanics. Ribrianne and God Vegeta are like some of the best DLC characters in the game. They're like top 5 for me because of what they add. Like, Ribrianne added the function of getting a different stat boost for the end of each combo that you do. And God Vegeta added the Super Saiyan God timed input. It makes sense to have that be DLC. And paid DLC, at the very least. Like, you're not just going to waste these developers' time. You're not just going to waste the developers' time, spend all this budget that you have to make these DLCs, and not expect to get any form of payment in return. Like, if I were working at DIM and they had me part of the team that was working on, like, a 4-character DLC pack with all these different skills and moveset animations, and one of them having a brand new, completely unique mechanic, but then they just turn around and make it into a free update, and we get no revenue from the sales that would have potentially come out of it as a paid DLC, but they changed it into a free update. I'd be mad. I'd be fucking mad.
Yeah.
I would probably...
Bruh.
That'd be a slap in the face to my work if I were in the dev's shoes.
I'm glad to know how chaotic the DLC development of Xenoverse is, considering how much it actually adds. Like, just look at the artworks. That alone, how many artworks do you get every update? Like, I don't know, 50, 60, I don't know.
In terms of the free updates, we get an average of 80 free loading screens, and for paid DLCs, it's an average of like 15 to 20.
Yeah, like, those have to be made, and that's just artworks. That's not even the actual gameplay stuff. That's just artworks.
Right? They have to commission all these different artists that they have working for Bandai and Toei and Shueisha. Like, they can't just have them draw these artworks up in like 20 seconds. That's not how art works.
Ha, that was a pun.
Haha. T. And then just looking at what they do for the remaster characters, like Power Awakened Piccolo or DBS Gohan or Evo Vegeta. Like, when it comes to those types of characters, what other source material are you going to adapt for them where you can give them something unique? Like when it comes to characters like Evo Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution was only introduced within the last 10 episodes of the Super anime.
Yeah, and even then it's just like bluer. That's all it is.
Like, what are you supposed to fucking do with that? Like, yeah, as I have my criticisms of Evo Vegeta as a playable character, but like it makes sense that they did him the way they did. Yeah. And the same goes for DBS Superhero Gohan. Like, yeah, he had a lot of material to go off of in the movie by himself before Beast even showed up, but they're probably going to adapt all that new stuff for Beast instead because they want Beast to be the more unique character of the entire DLC set. It makes sense to do it that way because all Beast really did was a kick and a finger blast. That is all.
Also, I'd like to talk about what Umai just said. The only thing that shouldn't have been DLC was Few, and even then it's debatable. Why shouldn't Few have been DLC? It was completely new.
Yeah, that's...
Like, everything about him was new.
Yeah, he had completely, 100% from scratch original animations, along with brand new unique skills that are exclusive to him.
And he brought us
overall
the Infinite History, the biggest expansion in Xenoverse story ever.
Yeah, Infinite History is probably one of the best story DLCs in the entire game. But no, it's like I said, when it comes to giving criticisms towards the DLC, people only care about the skills and what all gets added for our CACs and what this does for online PvP. When online and PvP aren't the only thing that matters to this game.
Wasn't he already in parts of the game? No, you was not in the game before DLC 6.
No.
Were there some leftover files? No, I don't think so.
No. Few was completely exclusive to DLC 6. I've been playing this game ever since it came out, and I followed a whole bunch of videos and content that talked about data mine leaks and stuff like that. Few is completely exclusive to DLC 6 in terms of how he got introduced.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He comes from Dragon Ball Online, but adapted into Xenoverse in the way that they saw fit. And after he was introduced in Xenoverse, he was then implemented into the Heroes anime a couple months later.
How about we start to use the first transformation?
Oh yeah, speaking of Semi-Perfect Cell, I don't understand why people are asking for him to be a playable DLC or something like that. He doesn't add anything. People would be all like, he can give us Big Bang Crash. Okay, so a recolored Big Bang attack that was only used to destroy islands?
Yeah, I don't know. These people are so weird. They will complain about every reskin and recolor, but then want the definition of a reskin or recolor.
Oh, give us that! Give us that! That way it'll make that feel complete.
Or every character has full power energy wave, but then they complain, that Jiren has a super attack version of full power energy wave, why can't we have that? Yeah, but I thought you don't want the damn skill.
Right? You guys are basically, and this is me talking to those people who complain about those types of things, y'all are asking for stuff we essentially already have. Jiren's super attack full power energy wave is quite literally, it's just the ultimate attack without a fucking camera.
Yeah.
That is all it is. It's the exact same thing.
Same goes for Final Flash, the super attack.
Oh yeah. the Final Flash super attack, it's literally the same ultimate attack, just with a little bit lower damage and no camera.
That's all it is. And the same thing will probably happen for the Special Beam Cannon.
Yeah, people are complaining, oh, it's not orange. Who fucking cares? It's Special Beam Cannon.
It's a different color, it's still the same attack.
Exactly. Like, who fucking cares if it's not orange? Girl,
I get the
like,
complaints
grow the
about
fuck
Demon
up.
Stone Rend, but like, the Special Beam Cannon, that's no major thing. I'm sure if they
Right.
put it in the CGI cutscene, then it would still have the correct color or something like that.
Right? Like, it's the best thing that they could do with it with the budget that they had. Like, they probably had a little bit of the budget remaining for character development, and so maybe they decided to use a little bit of that for giving PA Piccolo a little bit of unique stuff. Like making him a sort of full-power Jiren scenario, but without the complete... Like, I think we're still wondering what... his third super attack is, because all that's confirmed for super attacks on him are Evil Eyes, a charge skill, and Special Beam Cannon. Meanwhile, with his ultimates, it's Evil Explosion and Light Grenade, and his evasive is Evil Flight Strike. So we don't know what his third super attack is. His third super attack could be Demon Stone Rend, but even then, I feel like there's potential that it would literally just be one of the projectiles from Frieza's Death Meteor turned into a super.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry if parts of the Xenoverse community take offense to this word, but I've seen a lot of detractors for Xenoverse get angry at being called ungrateful. But it's true. Like, so many of y'all are asking for the most bare bones boring shit. Y'all are asking for a Special Beam Cannon recolor and a bunch of fucking rocks. Really? Y'all are going to take that over, like, y'all want that for your CACs instead of from scratch, potentially 100% new, flashy new skills that come from a character like Orange Piccolo or Beast Gohan. Y'all would, like, instead of Orange Piccolo skills like Fierce Fist, Demonic Destruction, and Apocalypse Burst, and whatever new skills Beast Gohan is getting, y'all would rather take a recolor of an ultimate attack, but in your super slot, and a bunch of fucking rocks? Are you fucking kidding me?
Have to think.
Well, yeah, Leon, it's mainly console players, but that's like the majority of the whole game. So,
right, like, y'all are really going to take a bundle of rocks and an ultimate recolor. Y'all want that for your CACs instead of something completely new like the Beast Awoken or Orange Piccolo skills? Or the 4 new skills that Beast Gohan's going to give us? You would rather take a rock and a recolored ultimate attack as new supers?
Yeah.
That's where your fucking expectations are at?
Yeah. When you were with Cardcast, I don't know if you've heard it, but I've mentioned that people complained about Orange Piccolo's skills because it's just beat, punch, and throw. I mean, it still looks clean, though. I mean, the animations of Orange Piccolo's skills look so fluid. And the effects on the fist and stuff like that are so great as well.
And the function of the skill, it's basically a strike version of Crush Cannon. You can charge it up and then stop the skill to store up that energy, and then if it's fully charged enough, you can launch it from anywhere while you are flying.
Power to create time itself.
Like, my only criticism is that it doesn't really have that cinematic angle or as much of a dramatic effect as it has in the movie when he used that punch on Gamma 2, but it's still a cool skill nonetheless.
Oh yeah, but you gotta still see, like, it's a super attack, and Xenoverse 2 is like this fast-paced game. It's very rare to get a cinematic super attack like Wild Buster or something like that. So I don't really mind it. Would have been cool, but, like, no biggie.
Yeah.
Like, still don't have a plan.
It's just
You'll just have to give them a
it's
pounding
annoying
the next time they fool with history,
having
right?
to hear all this shit from the community
Well, I suppose.
and then act like what they're saying has any logic behind it whatsoever, as if what they're saying,
We've both
like,
got it
oh
wrong.
yeah, I agree with you. I for sure know that would 100% work in the game and totally wouldn't cause any problems.
Okay, then become a modder and try to make that skill and see if it works out.
Exactly. Like if you want Demon Stone Rend so bad, become a modder and make it. Trust me, we've tried doing it before. Okay, so Fenyo did some base Kefla art, and
He's on that different stuff lately.
Slow says this is the best one on God. Hell yeah!
Oh, let me grab my phone and look at it myself.
Yippee! Sweaty Kefla! Yippee! Yippee! Putting
Damn.
that in my...
Fenyu's
Putting
been
that...
popping off lately.
Right? I just need him to draw transformed Ribrianne, and we're all good.
It's the Ginyu Force's Red Magma.
My friend Jacob is saying, tell Coffee I said hello there.
And then
True
there's
Kenobi!
Captain Ginyu.
You
of the
are a bold
Ginyu
one.
Force.
Kill him.
What is this?
What is that?
Apparently the Five Nights at Freddy's movie trailer got leaked.
Hold on. That's not my father. His opponent just stole his
I don't
body.
really care for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
I get it.
That's one heck
Like,
of a technique.
I have some excitement for it,
Well,
but I'm
wasn't
not gonna be like...
The one who had his body switched out with Captain Gideon.
I'm not gonna be like losing sleep
Yes, that's
over it
right.
if it ends up being bad.
Toa and Mira's too.
Like, it's like, okay,
Leave the two of them to me.
try
You guys
again in like a couple
concentrate
years
on
or some
restoring
shit. Like,
history.
you're not gonna go perfect on your first try. But from what the production and overall designs of this movie have led us to believe, it seems like there's a lot of care put behind the production design.
Jice!
Yeah. Umai says, question, how did you two become modders? Well, I've been playing the game since the start and I love the game, so I eventually decided to look into it and here I am.
Right. I became a modder because I really liked the concept of all these different moveset mods and how you could change the combos so significantly. And yeah, I decided to throw my hat into the ring. And over the course of 2 years now, it's been over 2 years since I got into moveset modding. And yeah, over the course of 2 years, it has now gotten to the point where my movesets have reached a certain quality to where it's gotten me noticed by creators like Cardcast, Gamer Chief, DK, Unleashed, Expanded, and now at this point, yeah, Revamp. I'm partnered with Revamp. And so it's like the evolution that my moveset mods have went through is just I didn't think that would be a possibility. And now, like, I sit back sometimes and think, like, I really just did all that. I really just went and casually made some OC moveset mods that then built up to me just randomly deciding to make a Rage Trunks character mod, which then turned into, oh, I'm gonna make my first character pack, which then turned into, oh, I'm going to make an entire expansion pack, to then, oh, I'm partnered with Revamp.
Bro, I'm gonna make one moveset to, oh, I'm making a whole DLC.
Fuck, right? It's fucking wild. Like, I genuinely would have never expected it.
Leon says your movesets are good. Yeah, and you're not even ready for what's coming up. Telling you that much without spoiling anything.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited to reveal what's coming up. It's something relating to Mythic Marvels, but...
I'm getting bored. Can I end this already?
Oh, hold on just a second. Cardcast is texting me.
Yeah, we might just like, I'm making a costume. Oh, and now I'm a revamp partner. They really do be like that with it. Hey, but I was so happy to hear the news of Coffee becoming a revamp partner and stuff like that. That's crazy, because been following Coffee stuff ever since he first uploaded stuff on VGM. And it was just basic movesets that nowadays would be trash compared to what he does now. But, yeah, and now he's a revamp partner.
Right, like, look at my old movesets on my YouTube channel. Like, look at the Rocket moveset compared to... I have a BoJack Race OC named Rocket, and like when I was getting into OC mods, one of my plans was to make him, and then make his moveset. And that was the first ever moveset I made, and it was literally just a combination. It was probably the most aggressively beginner moveset mod ever. Like, there's a bunch of animations that are not properly resized, inputs that don't have their damage changed, janky animations, animations that don't flow well with one another. And then look at the moveset for Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 for Mythic Marvels Pack 2. Like, watch that breakdown video.
Think of me
I've gotten so in-depth with how combos work in this game that, like, I've begun excusing characters like Evo Vegeta, DBS Gohan, and Yellow Piccolo, because, like, it makes sense to make them the way they did. Like, that's the if I had never gotten into moveset modding, I'd probably be a part of that group of haters. They're all like, oh, wait, why didn't we get these versions of the characters as DLC? Or, like, why didn't we get them in a free update? Dimps is so lazy. Hurts my throat to talk like that.
You don't even have to be a mod to understand the reasoning behind these variant characters. Like, it makes perfect sense. Look who is a type of variant character. So we have Evo Vegeta. It's just Vegeta but bluer. Nothing different about him. Then we have DBS Gohan. It's just Space Gohan from DBS Superhero. Why would he be so much different from DBZ Gohan, who is also just adult Gohan? And then we have Power Awakening Piccolo incoming. It's just a slightly powered up Piccolo. that will not that doesn't mean he will be completely different like Orange Piccolo is. Orange Piccolo is a way bulkier transformation. He fights slower and hits way harder. Like there is differences. There's some differences between all that.
Right, and I've analyzed PA Piccolo's moveset, and even with the animations that they reuse, they retool them and make them work in a completely different way that they did before, and even introducing some new damage effects.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, it's still new content through DLCs, so of course they are changing it up so that it's justified to be in a paid DLC.
Right, like it can't function the exact same way as the older version of the character, because then that's justifying the reskin argument. Them retooling the character in a way that makes them feel different from the previous version keeps them from being a reskin. And so, when it comes to, what is it? Like, if they didn't change the combos of these characters at all, and they just threw the character together with those retooled skills, the brand new model, and the same combos, then yeah, it'd be a reskin of some sorts. It would literally just be a costume of the character.
There would be a Xenoverse 1 DLC.
Yeah, that'd essentially be Xenoverse 1 DLC quality. Where, like, Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta, and Golden Frieza were literally just reskins of the base versions of those characters. I am not kidding. Like, I would rather take what we're getting now than how we got it back in Xenoverse 1, where each character felt like a reskin.
Yeah, and it barely even had content. Like, the Resurrection F-Pack had a bunch of PQs, okay, the couple characters, but like, there was no story, there were not really any new skills, there were just a few. Like,
yeah, and even then, the new skills for the Super Saiyan Blue characters were kind of lackluster, except for God Shock Flash. Blue Goku just got a teleporting Kamehameha. Like, he didn't get any, and this was because, like, Resurrection F had only just came out. So yeah, like, what else are they gonna do? But, like, also it's, like, some of the most boring ideas you could really come up with for, like, one super attack and one ultimate. Blue Goku had 2 skills. He had 2 supers and 1 ultimate. Only one of them was good, though, and it was God Shock Flash. With Vegeta, he's had a random counter, which was, oh, you threw a Ki Blast at me, then I'll just throw one right back at you. And Super Gallic Gun, for some fucking reason, has to be exclusive to Blue Vegeta up until Xenoverse 2, when they make it an ultimate for every version of Vegeta.
yeah.
So, like, it's so weird. And Final Blow, I at least understand that.
Yes.
Like, out of the 3 skills each that Goku and Vegeta got for the Super Saiyan Blue DLCs for Xenoverse 1, only 1 skill each for them was good. So out of the 6 skills that were made all together for them, only 2 of them were good. That's kind of bad. And with Golden Frieza, he had what? Emperor's Blast, Emperor's Edge, and then Emperor's Death Beam. None of them get used nowadays by people. And they're pretty... Yeah, like, Emperor's Death Beam only gets used in raids. That's all it's good for. And, like, Emperor's Edge...
For cheesy PvP.
Right? Emperor's Edge and Emperor's Blast, they're just lackluster, like, combo skills. There are definitely better skills than those that you can, get combos off of. Like, Emperor's Blast is just a back hit as a skill.
Yeah.
It's the same as Piccolo's Paralyze Beam skill, where it's just a back hit as a skill.
And that's not even the worst part of that DLC. That DLC, the Resurrection F-Pack, costed $10. For $10, you can get the Legend Patrol Pack for Xenoverse 2, which gives you the whole Xenoverse 1 story with the GT DLCs for just $10.
And yet people have the fucking audacity to say Xenoverse 2 DLC is quote-unquote overpriced. Get the fuck out of here.
All 3 Xenoverse 1 DLCs costed $10 each. All of them.
Yeah.
And, like, a Xenoverse 2 DLC usually costs like $7, $8, something like that.
Damn it!
And it has
And if it's 4
way more
characters-
content.
Yeah, if it were to have like 4 characters, it'd be like $10. But still,
But justified.
that's still worth it because of how differently the characters function compared to the older versions.
Yeah,
$10.
$10 to tap Xenoverse 2. Yeah, right. You can either pay $10 for Xenoverse 1 DLC, or you can pay $20 for Xenoverse 2 on PlayStation. The whole game.
Like, people don't understand how marketing works.
Or you could just, if you have PlayStation Plus Extra, you get Xenoverse 2 for free. That's even better than just paying
Right?
money for Xenoverse 1.
Right? Xenoverse 2 is for free for PlayStation Plus users now.
Yeah, but only PlayStation Plus
And-
Extra, not the normal one.
We can be sure.
Right.
Turles and Slug
And
are
then just
definitely
add
working
$10 to
together.
that and you get the better story.
We were
It is the
able to
most
once
simple thing
before,
in the world.
but Toa's scientific ability is absolutely frightening.
Or if you're a PC player, you still have the choice between getting Xenoverse 2 and the Legend Patrol pack, or you buy Xenoverse 1 for $40. And then
Right.
all the 3 DLCs for another $30.
We also faced
And even then, like, if you don't want to buy Legend Patrol, you can just mod it into your game
Fully
and
revived
play
with a
permanently
massive
offline.
amount of energy, and
Yeah.
is more powerful than ever before.
We can't afford
Like,
any mistakes. Right, Trout?
With Xenoverse 2
Right.
mods, you can essentially unlock the DLC for yourself.
I fell right
Technically,
into the
yeah,
trap that
but you don't
Toad
even
left
have
for
to.
me.
They go on sale so many times. If you don't have, like, when they are on sale, like $3 to $5, it's just a lie.
Like-
You gotta have that little amount of money for a DLC if you can buy
The DLCs
all the Xenoverse 1
on PC.
DLCs.
I mean, not just on PC, like, the Xenoverse 2 DLC very commonly on every platform goes on sale for very fucking cheap. Like,
Yeah.
some of the $10 packs will go on sale half off. That's $5 for something like Legendary Pack 2, which has 4 brand new
Two of us
characters,
will go after
new
mirrors.
DLC
You need to
story,
stay
which has,
here.
like,
Watch over
some of the most
history.
expansive, wackiest what-if
The
scenario
guardian of history,
in the
eh?
DLC story.
I imagine Turles will turn
Um,
up again.
10 brand new skills, a bunch of new Super Souls, 4 new PQs that are specific to each of the characters. Like, and when that goes for sale, $5.
I think it's
That
even on
is-
sale right now, or it was on sale. I don't know. I've seen it on sale recently. It goes on sale like at least once a month or something like that.
Hmm.
So it's fairly easy to get. And again, if you have PlayStation Plus Extra, you don't even need to buy the base game. It's for free. So you can get Xenoverse 2 fairly easy.
Yeah, let me look up if the game is discounted right now.
I don't know if it's still
PlayStation.
discounted, but I've definitely seen it recently at a discount.
And if you can get it from like your local GameStop for pretty fucking cheap. If you don't want to get it digitally and you want to get it physically, multiple GameStops or like Amazons have it for like $10 to $20. That's worth it. Like the PlayStation Store still has it at like $60. And honestly, I don't mind
No,
that.
the PlayStation Store has Xenoverse 2 for $20. That's the normal price for the game now. That's why I specifically mentioned the PC version, because on PlayStation there is no excuse. The game is $20 the whole time.
Here where I live, Xenoverse 2 by itself, the base game on PlayStation is $60.
Still? Okay, that's weird, because ever since it became a PlayStation hit game, you know, it's kind of like those Platinum games from back then on PS2 and PS3. Ever since then...
Oh, and even then, there's a bundle on PlayStation, the Xenoverse Super Bundle, which includes 1 and 2.
There has been another change
That's
in
like
history.
$12. That's $12.74.
Galactic Emperor. of all
Yeah.
people.
And originally that bundle was like $85 for 2 games.
Turles and slugs
You're getting both the
We're in a
Xenoverse
real
games
stew,
for like
aren't we?
$13, which is cheap.
Though nowadays, I mean, while it is cool to have this bundle for like a collection purpose, it's not really needed anymore. Just buy Xenoverse 2 and Legend Patrol, then you have Xenoverse 1
Yeah.
and 2, basically.
Plus, Trunks is still searching.
Like
long and hard for
Xenoverse
her.
1 really is only worth it for
May not
the
have a
story
lot of style,
anymore.
but
And even
Trunks'
then, like
mother
the
sure
story is
gets the
DLC
job
for
done.
Xenoverse 2, so just get that.
Yeah.
Those
Not that-
two away
not
for
that
the
big of a
time
deal.
being. Maybe we'll have his sights set
on
you.
PS4, none of the DLCs are on sale right now. All of them are at full
It might have
price.
been
Dangerous opponent.
like a week or two ago or something like that, but it definitely
An unbelievably
recently was on sale, and it
dangerous
goes on
opponent.
sale pretty often. Even
Oh
on
yeah,
PC.
it is very
Listen to
common
me.
for
You're still new
Xenoverse
to
2.
Don't
to
do
go on
anything rash
sale.
out there and come home
Hey,
safe.
thank you, True Lightning Striker. He's up to the channel.
Hey.
If you're
Even
you
on
should just say
Steam,
so.
the game is not on
Now
sale.
be quiet.
And all the DLCs added together
Well, good luck out there.
is
The advantage that you have on PC though is you can just get it from any key seller. Like, there's many websites where you can buy a key of the game for like $5.
so all the DLC passes together. Let's put it on my calculator. So Super Pass is 30, Ultra Pass is Extra Pass is 30,
I am really surprised.
Ultra Pack set is 15,
You are utterly uneducated.
Legendary Pack set is 17, Hero Justice Pack set is also 17, and Vote Pack is $8. Legend Patrol is $10. That's like $127 for the DLC. And yet I'm seeing all these people on social media portray it as like, oh, adding all the DLCs together, that's like $200 to $300. Yeah, if you're not fucking calculating it, which takes like, literally, it took me less than 30 seconds to do all that. But I guess adding in the base game price on PC, if you're buying mods, $50 to $60. I mean, yeah, if you're paying full price for the game, and getting all the DLCs, yeah, altogether that gets close to $200. But even then, like, think
Even
about
then,
all.
remember the sale. It goes for like 50% off, or sometimes even 75% off on a regular basis.
Yeah, like at least once or twice a month. And think of how much is added into this game already. Think about how expansive and like think about how much stuff is in this game already that wasn't in it from the start. I feel like it. What the fuck happened to Nail's arms?
Come back for now.
I was watching the stream replay. He did Namek Finger to first form Frieza, and his arm just said, "Hey, I'm not gonna work." But yeah, what, like, so much content in this game that got added over time with DLC was, like, so much of the free stuff completely justifies the $60 price tag now.
Yeah,
We have...
Just take
Hero-
the Supreme Kai of Time free update. That's all you need.
Oh, yeah. We have the Hero Coliseum, Photo Mode, Crystal Raid, Supreme Kai of Time Tournament.
Welcome back.
There's little enough time as it is. Why would you call our agent?
Consistent raids.
Okay, here you go. Now off to work again.
Huh?
Use your head, old man. It's simple. All we need to do is go back
I'll
in
just put
time
consistent
a little bit
events.
more, right?
And it's a huge improvement over Xenoverse 1.
That was even
Oh
a
yeah,
bit
the combat is a
surprising.
huge
Seems
step up
like
from
cheating
Xenoverse
to
1.
me.
I wouldn't
And
just
people
say
don't-
it's an improvement, it's like an entirely different game.
Stop being
In terms of
silly,
functionality,
Lance.
yeah, but
You know
graphic
history
style,
is our
it has
solemn
its
duty.
similarities.
Well, yeah,
And
of
it uses-
Whatever we
course,
have to do.
same engine and stuff like that, but like in terms of how the gameplay is, if you give me Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2 and I wouldn't know what those games are, I would say that's different games. They cannot, that like, the gameplay is so different.
So anyway, good luck out there. We'll be waiting for you.
Oh, what the fuck? This post says, I'm very disappointed to report that Warner Brothers Home Entertainment has completely screwed the pooch on their Blu-ray release of Max Fleischer's Superman. First, the remastering has removed way too much grain and fine image detail, and you can tell because the new Speeding Toward Tomorrow featurette reveals the raw footage prior to remastering, and that's plenty of fine detail, organic grain, and crisp line work visible there, but it's all been cleaned away in the actual shorts, and sadly that's not the only problem. The shorts have been over-compressed. The disc is a BD50, so there should be plenty of room to include the shorts at a proper data rate of 30 to 40 Mbps to ensure the highest quality, and instead they've been compressed to a paltry 15 to 16 Mbps. My unfortunate recommendation is for people to cancel their pre-orders immediately and demand that this release be redone with proper mastering, proper remastering and compression, because as it is, the image quality here is appalling.
If I eat enough
Jesus
fruit from the
Christ.
Tree of Might, even Frieza and Mira, with all their power, won't be able
That's
to
just
stop
fucked.
me. I will utterly destroy Kakarot and the entire universe.
Those are
will kneel
classic
before
animations.
me.
And the release just got fucked up like
The
that.
Dragon Balls belong to me, Turles.
Our goals are the same then.
Yeah, my transformations being ultimate. I don't
The
know
universe
why
is
Xenoverse 1
mine
did
to
that.
rule, and there's
When
no place for you in
The
it.
circle button in the ultimate menu was literally empty. I don't know.
You again.
This
is
fucking
starting
post.
to annoy me.
King Charles III has been crowned as king at age 74. Someone quote tweets saying, Ahsoka was only 17 when she led the planetary siege of Mandalore and beat Maul's ass.
First things first, is it? Huh, all right, I'll agree to that. We'll make you regret interfering in our business.
Also, what's up, Silver Walker? What is up? How you doing?
Like Mr. Piccolo is here with us.
This is fruit from the tree of
By the way, I
life.
also added a
Used with the
funny
power of a
comment
demon realm.
in the stream chat when you type exclamation mark Patcher.
I'm completely invincible.
There will
Oh,
be a little
no.
info- There will be a little info that it's not updated yet because
Next to mine
if
is
like
a
many
castle
people,
next to a mountain.
yeah, if many people start coming into the stream and asking about the patcher, because on Twitter that happens so much. You don't even want to imagine how much the Countdown Monster Twitter gets spammed with. Has the patcher been updated yet?
But honestly, the more
There'd be
That's
like
I have to be a pretty
right there would be so much publicity about the patcher if it gets updated. Like first and foremost, there would be a gigantic server-wide ping
funny slug.
in the Citadel
Brings me one step closer to ruling
in its news channel being like, hey guys, patcher's out.
Could I not be happy?
Yeah.
But patcher's not coming out until the paid DLC drops, and that makes
You're next,
a bunch of
sir.
sense, to be honest,
I hope
because
you're prepared.
I highly doubt Eternity wants to do the patcher twice in a row. Like,
And it's
like
justified.
If you
yeah, like
swear to become
imagine
my
he does the
loyal
patcher
servant,
for
I'll
this
fight
current
you.
update, but then suddenly the DLC gets a release date and it comes out. So then he's just left with, then why did I do that? Why didn't I just wait?
Yeah. Also, hey, Primal Fire, and thank you, yeah. I like him. I like Karox. What's the Citadel? The Citadel is a Discord server about Xenoverse modding.
In the way if we stick around. Sometimes you need to trust in others.
It's basically gone from what was supposed to be a learning server to essentially another community server with lots of toxicity. And I don't and I don't trust the moderation there.
Dragon's cool though.
I would agree to disagree, but
I mean, I don't know him directly, but from what I've seen of him, he seems okay.
yeah, and like I think that's the thing there. It's like there's been so much that's happened in the community, and not everyone will be informed about
It looks like my experiment
stuff
was a
that has happened. Like, so much happens outside of the basic learning channels that it's almost comical the way the servers ran.
Find the bottlenecks, all even. Well, yeah, the mod is still a beta, so don't expect everything to look perfect or be perfect, even though this is the Bio-Android race, which has a perfect form, but like, don't expect perfection. It's a beta. And this is such a giant thing, it's a whole new race for the game, so this still needs to be. Wish that the Bio-Android race was a separate character race instead of a replacer. That is sadly, currently, not possible. Could be possible if someone discovers how to do like a patch for that, but as of right now, there's no knowledge on that.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm joining in. I'm sure the mirror problem is in good hands. Now, I have to focus on my own job.
So the Citadel is the hood for modders, kind of. But, yeah, I mainly... I don't want to say avoid the Citadel, I say... I prefer a lot of other communities way more. Like... I prefer my Twitter account or Coffee's Discord server than literally anything else. Except the IMEDZ Discord, that's worse. Even the revamped Discord is better.
I hear I get slandered a lot in the DZ mod server.
Yeah, that server is weird anyway. Like, the only times I look into the server is for like work in progress stuff. Like I'm interested in seeing what's going on, or the mods download, trying to see if anything interesting has been posted. But the general chatting in that server, I avoid that. Especially the moderation of that server is weird. And then when we start on people like DJ Scout.
Scout as a person just fucking confuses me. I find it really funny that... oh my god. I keep forgetting and remembering that he did this. But, like, I posted a bit of lore about my OCs, stating that one of my OCs was for a time in a romantic relationship with Dr. Hato, the guy who created Gamma 1 and 2. And apparently, he saw that as a justification to call me a groomer, which is another word for pedophile, all because he sees Dr. Hato as minor coded or child coded. You want to know what the aspects are that apparently make him minor coded? He's short, immature, and is a superhero fanatic. You want to know who also has those traits? Fucking me. Does that make me a child? Like,
Sky just went dark.
am I just automatically like reverting to like
Justice
little
had been done in the
mini
past.
kid size? All because I share basic, vague traits with a fictional character? You can have an adult character act like a little fucking goofball and register the fact that they're an adult. It's the fact that he essentially called me a pedophile.
Which is completely wrong, considering Dr. Hedo is, 24 years old?
One of the first things they say about Hedo is that he's 24. It's literally like in like some of the it's in the like at least the first 2 sentences of introducing him. Being an adult doesn't mean you're smart or mature all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. To a T.
I'm sorry. But I'm not strong enough to save you
Like,
from this.
just because
I made you a
you're an
promise,
adult doesn't mean
remember?
you cannot have fun anymore. Like, what do people imagine?
Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't act like a total goof.
Oh yeah.
Or it doesn't mean you have to act like this formal gentleman all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to be that standard adult who goes in a suit with a briefcase to his job,
Right.
then comes home and instantly goes to bed.
It's wild how he took that small instance of me shipping my OC with a canon character who is an adult and saw that as grounds to essentially call me a child groomer.
Yeah, Primavera, exactly that. I've met kids that are oddly enough smarter. Yeah, that I've been recently talking with Coffee about that. There can be teenagers who mentally are way more mature than they should be. And, like, that's the thing.
Oh yeah. Especially when it comes to like academics. Like, there are some kids out here who are like going to college at like 14
You seem to have lost the will
and are
to
becoming
fight.
doctors.
It's a bit too soon, but I guess I'll finish
It's
you
fucking
off.
wild. But no, kids can't think for themselves. They're stupid until they're 18. Or like if you want to get worse with your logic, they're stupid until they're 21.
So dumb.
Yeah, because let's just totally remove all agency from people because of their age. Like, fuck off.
I'd like to ask if you give me
It reminds me of how, like, when I was a kid,
something I have to try. All right.
what was classified as me having high-functioning autism, I would display much higher intelligence than that of my peers in school. And there would be a bunch of adults who'd be like, oh my god, you're really smart for your age. But then when I become an adult, and I learn more about politics, and I pay more attention in my history classes, and do lots of research on historically significant events, and I gain a certain political ideology that a lot of my family disagree with. Once I become an adult and start talking about politics, then it becomes, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you don't know the truth. Funny. Pretty funny.
Question to that would be, okay, if I don't know the truth, what is the truth?
Right? Like, what do you think the truth is? What do you think I should be saying? What will make you think I'm intelligent? If I'm like spewing out the same bullshit as you? Like, sometimes adults in this generation are
No way!
dumber than they say we are.
Fine. I'll just kill you all.
I personally despise politics. Yeah, I get that, Primafire, I get that.
Frieza!
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say,
How dare you!
It's weird because, like,
going to pay for this!
I know my way around politics, but I guess according to my dad, I'm not looking at things the way he does. He's one of
in that is also like older people sometimes say our kids has shown no interest in politics and stuff like that, but when we actually do show interest, we don't know what we're talking about.
That's even funnier because like they'll complain that like, oh, the kids don't understand the current social issues. When we do want to understand current social issues, oh, then we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, when we call out when we call out our country's past, then it becomes, oh, so you're some whatever buzzword they want to call us for having certain beliefs.
I'll be waiting for you to come back.
It's fucking wild. Staying in line is the intelligence of today. That's what most people are saying. They don't want someone to get out of line because then we're stupid for them.
But I came here to beat you.
Yep.
As a witness of the legend. Be gone!
But yeah, bringing this back to Xenoverse, because we've more or less devolved into personal matters. What do y'all think is going to happen for DLC 16? What are y'all expecting for Beast Gohan's moveset?
I'm wondering what kind of new gameplay mechanic he could introduce, because as you already said, every character since DLC 7 introduced something new. And
Yeah.
since Orange Piccolo doesn't really have... Does he have anything new? No, he doesn't.
No.
And Power Awakening Piccolo is just
I
another
give you
variant,
some power.
so Beast could be a potential character
see.
with a new
You were
mechanic.
afraid of being caught in the explosion.
Right.
You failed.
And I'm wondering, like, what the mechanic could potentially be. Like, could it be something reused from another character, or it could be something potentially new? Like, the Gammas in the last DLC
Is that you?
were the first characters. Like, this is more or less something that could say is adopted from Ribrianne. Gamma 2's throw is a stat affecting mechanic, and Ribrianne's throw doesn't affect your stats, only her combos do. But Gamma 2 is the only character with a throw that has stat changes.
And the Beast Kick that unfocuses the enemy from your view. I think that's a bit too much.
Yeah, like Violet Beast Kick having a lock-off thing.
That would be abused way too much.
That would get excessively abused in online ranked. And then you'd get a whole bunch of videos from content creators like, oh my god, is this the worst skill in the game? Is this the most is this the cheesiest skill in the game? Is this
Behold!
is this move cheap? Is this cheesy? And it's like,
I'll
eh.
give you what
I mean, we could also say that
There's not much time.
DBS Gohan was the first character, the first DLC character in Xenoverse 2 to introduce a brand new animation for an Awoken skill that already exists in the game. Like a character exclusive Awoken animation.
Yeah,
But then again, Dispo had that in the previous DLC with Supersonic mode.
yeah,
Because
that's true.
Supersonic mode is exclusive to him. I have a feeling that could potentially get made for CACs one day. Because for the most part, that's just DYT edits.
Yeah, and CAC DYTs are always the same.
Yeah.
I forgot how thin Revamp Kuda's horns are. Well, to be fair, it does look like that.
Right. It is source accurate. Is Super Gamma Blast the first chargeable ultimate?
I think so.
Because I'm trying to think back to other skills in the game. Like, I'll open the skill creator for mods.
Just about enough from you. I'll end
Like,
now.
I could have sworn.
I don't think there's any else skill like that this game. But what we do have is God of Display, which gets stronger the more ki you have.
Oh, yeah, there was already Super Gallic Gun and, yeah, Blaster Stream, Lightning Impact.
Oh yeah, Blaster.
Yeah, because I could have sworn we had a chargeable ultimate somewhere. I was forgetting what it was.
That's true.
What?
Father-Son Kamehameha was not chargeable, no. That whole skill just plays out the way it is.
I see.
Um,
So King Kai used the Dragon Balls. Okay. I really don't know much about you, but you really helped me out. Let me
oh,
be
and
the one
also,
to finish this, though.
Gamma 2's Throw, the stat boost you get from that, that can be stacked.
How many times?
I believe around, like, 6.
Damn.
And
What
then,
exactly is the stat boost it does?
basic attack or, moveset damage boost.
Damn.
So, yeah, you do more damage in your combos.
I'm thinking maybe for Beast Gohan as a potential mechanic is that maybe he'll have a skill or something in his moveset that will make the special beam cannon stronger. Maybe.
So you
like,
couldn't seal the
Maybe
deal.
like something similar to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in Fighters, or like
yeah,
if you
something
do
like that. I don't know. I feel like that could be a potential new mechanic for him.
yeah, like a damage stacker.
Yeah.
But I feel like Gamma 2, Gamma 2, like I just said, that was just for his moveset. So reapplying that for a skill, that'd be neat.
Yeah, like and even then, what Gamma 2 has is a power up, like a stat boost. And what I'm imagining is like an essential upgrading skill in a sense.
Well, yeah, but I think Supreme Kai of Time
You did well.
kind of has that when it
Yeah,
comes
that's
to
true. Yeah, she has her holy inscription. Is that what it's called? I
yeah.
think?
Holy Inscription upgrades her other skills. It upgrades Temporal Holy Ray, where you can launch multiple of them at the same time. And
Yeah.
then with Kairos Cannon, you can throw out more orbs than usual.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty hard to think of something new because the game already introduced so many new mechanics over the lifespan of the game.
Nice work from you
Kinda
as
Right.
well.
I
Hard
would
to
have
imagine more.
I would have never guessed
Where's your friend?
something like Super Saiyan God would get something like a timed combo input.
From the future
So
Like,
cool.
that's really cool.
Mira and Toa. There seems to be no limit to their power. You aren't ready to fight them yet. You might have to one day, though, so be prepared.
And I do like that Super Saiyan God in Xenoverse focuses on basic attacks because usually it's like or it boosts everything or it focuses on skills. Basic attack
Yeah,
focus is
like-
a
You've
cool
done
thing.
enough for one day.
Yeah, I like
You will
how
need your help again.
with with Super Saiyan God, it is the first awoken skill that has a sole focus on the move set. Whereas compared to Super Saiyan Blue and Blue Evolution, Super Saiyan 3, Future Super Saiyan, Super Vegeta, those awoken skills mainly focused on skill-based things like Super Saiyan all the way to Super Saiyan 3. That was for strike skills. Future Super Saiyan was for stamina restoration or ki restoration. Super Vegeta was for ki blast skills. Super Saiyan Blue was for basically boosting everything in terms of how much damage you do. Same one for Blue Evolution. It was just a much higher percentage of a boost.
Yeah. Also, check out how fast you are with this mod.
Oh yeah, I've seen, like, I was watching Cardcast screen share it last night. He's like, oh my god, bioandroids are so fast.
No, it actually applies to every race. I tested that out earlier. If you play like a Saiyan, it's still that fast. I don't know. It's probably some stat that affects every lobby character or something.
Probably, yeah. Something with the bioandroid update changed the speed of flight in the lobby. But yeah, I don't know what exactly the boosts are for Kaioken and Potential Unleashed, but they're not specific.
Potential Unleashed is 15% on everything, I believe.
Huh. So it's similar to Super Saiyan Blue, whereas it just boosts everything, not something in particular.
Yeah.
In Kaioken, what does that boost? I know it drains your stamina.
I think Kaioken also boosts everything, but at a much smaller factor, except for the ×20 version. I used to have a little document of that.
Leon says, we did the lobby speed as a hidden extra. That's cool. I like mods that have hidden extras. And speaking of that, I've talked about doing sort of like hidden content type thing in a future Mythic Marvels pack with a certain character. Where, like, this is for something with Season 2. We have 2 seasons of Mythic Marvels planned, each of them being 5 packs each. So Season 1, what you're seeing right now, is going to be 5 packs. We've released Pack 1, Godly Essence, which is Rage Trunks and Full Power Rose Goku Black. Pack 2 is confirmed to be Tarble, Cabba Super Saiyan 2, and Vegeta Super Saiyan 3. That is themed after characters relating to Vegeta. The theme of the pack is called Prideful Warriors. And so we would have 3 more packs after that. And I've confirmed the theme of Pack 3 is Fusion Frenzy. So, and I've confirmed 2 of the characters in that pack are Teen Gotenks and Base Kefla. And both of them will have
kill him now. Use your
both of them will have their own unique aspects to their designs. Kefla is getting a whole redesign. I think Gotenks is just going to have his height be similar to Vegeta. I think we'll put it at that. And then and his base form hair is going to be different from what you'd expect for Gotenks. Yeah, 5 packs are confirmed for Mythic Marvel Season 1. And the same goes for Season 2. Packs 6 through 10 have all been planned. And all have their specific themes.
It's you, huh?
But I will
scroll?
say, this will probably be the only time I will say this publicly before I reveal more information in the coming days or weeks. Just because we put a priority on character packs does not mean that we're doing just character packs. There is potential for standalone releases.
Of building a machine that can fiddle around with history.
So that is all I will say.
Yeah, one is gonna be an EX fusion, calling it.
Oh well, no sense in crying over spilled milk, I
So
always
yeah,
say.
just because there's a big priority on character packs does not mean that we won't do singular character releases.
Trunks.
There is a possibility that Mythic Marvels can have just singular character releases.
understand, right?
I do.
Love how he's out of frame for most of the scene. Oh yeah, the bio-androids are quite tall. But yeah, now you heard it from Coffee himself about Mythic Marvels.
I think it's guaranteed at this point that my my mod Twitter, Xenocoffee Mods,
I will destroy
is going to surpass the follower count of my main Twitter, Xenocoffee.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll do what I can.
It's only a matter of time, because I'm at 558 on the mod account, and I'm at like 611 on the main account. So,
yeah, it might
might
already happen this month.
Maybe this month, yeah. Because
It
I
can
think.
happen out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Because, for example, since I've been posting the bio-android things on Conton mods, I gained like 100 followers just from that. I don't know where that came from, but when I did that first post about the whole bio-android mod, that post had like 15k views and like 600 likes out of nowhere. So those things can happen literally out of nowhere, and especially when Mythic Marvels Pack 2 comes out, I think that will be a huge boost.
Oh yeah, because like with how much attention each major reveal for Mythic Marvels gets, like those posts usually go past like 150 likes and a couple thousand views every time. Like I think the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta reveal was like the biggest post on my account so far. Let me look at my media tab.
Put you out of your misery very soon.
Well, I think the biggest post on my account right now is saying Xenoverse 2 basically changed my life. That's why I'm so defensive towards it. Without the Xenoverse series, I wouldn't have met my boyfriend, I wouldn't be a PC modder, I wouldn't have my community, my OCs wouldn't exist, and Mythic Marvels wouldn't exist.
What are you doing here?
Um,
But that can't be.
Where's the Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 reveal trailer? Yeah, the full reveal trailer for Mythic Marvels Pack 2,
Even against three.
where I announced Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta at the very end,
I must be.
has 22,000 views and 194 likes. It is very close to 200. The Xenoverse 2 changed my life tweet, that's at like 420 something.
You came from the future, didn't you?
Also, best story cutscene of the game.
Like
in terms of
Bulma
base
was
game,
able to
no
finish her
DLCs.
time machine.
Right.
I'm really proud of you, Trunks.
The Tarball reveal
It's not
is
the time
very
for
close
this.
to the amount of
17
likes
and 18 are
of the full
attacking
release
city.
trailer. Tarball
Right.
is at like the Tarball reveal is at 189 likes.
I'll go with you to fight.
The Kaba Super Saiyan 2 trailer is at 133.
I won't hold you back.
What are you saying? You know you're not allowed to do that, Trunks.
Um,
If you help out
the video that shows off Kaba's Super Saiyan 2 Ultimate imploding shot, that's at 177.
But
Trunks?
Please, you have to stop, Trunks.
I think it's all downhill from there in terms of like the average amount of likes I get per post.
Is there something you want to
Because
tell
yeah,
me?
when I was doing promotion for Mythic Marvels Pack 1, it was an average of like 30 likes
You're
per
here.
post.
All grown up, then the future is safe, isn't it? And so, this fight has a real purpose.
Yeah, an average around like 20 to 25 to 30 likes per post.
Yeah, but you
And
also
now-
gotta remember, like,
Looks like you've made
that
a
was
good friend.
before the Xeno Coffee Mods Twitter
You can't
account
abandon a good
was
friend.
at the size that it's right now, and with the hype that's
Yeah.
going on with the Pack 2.
It was really good to see you,
Mhm.
Trunks.
And then like look at
Gohan!
how many likes I get on an average. Like almost every post I've made at this point now has surpassed 10 likes to some capacity, aside from like the one post I made like a week ago announcing my Wonder Woman moveset, Amazonian Fury. Why was I getting a call from a private number? Then they just immediately hung up.
You did well today.
Good
Um,
fucking question.
That
Right.
was a heavier bit
Um,
of history for him than I'd realized. I was careless.
But yeah. Mythic Marvels Pack 2
I
has
didn't think he'd just take off
definitely
like that. If he'd
boosted
actually
my
gone through with the whole
follower base to a good amount.
Well,
and I
it'd be
feel
one
like
more
with
mess
what
to
I've been
clean up.
teasing
And
outside of
even
Pack
more
2,
difficult. I'm
I feel
glad
like
you were
it's going to be
there.
even more.
Thank you.
I feel like that's going to cause more hype, or
I
just
think
as much hype
Trunks could really use a
than
break
Pack 2.
after this one.
Oh yeah.
I'll
I mean,
keep an eye on
I just
the
checked again,
scrolls for a little
and
while.
just the render of Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta has 470 likes.
I'm
Jesus.
afraid
And
you'll
that's
have to
just
do
the
the work of
render,
two
that's
for a
no
while.
clip, that's
Sorry
no
about
moveset info or anything, that's just a picture of him.
Right? Like, no one like, unless you've watched the breakdown video, not many people know how he's going to fight.
And yeah, even on my account, like everything related to like Pack 1 was about like 40, 50 likes, but everything with like Pack 2 is at least at 100 or more.
Pack 2's promotion's been crazy.
That's interesting. Why is there red lightning there? Okay, we'll just ignore that. Also, for anyone who decides to play this mod, if we go all the way over here, we actually have Cell's Arena. So, this is a new time loop inside Control City, where we actually have one new quest right now. So, yeah. That's pretty cool. And I don't think... Well, there was one person doing it with that Demon Realm mod, if you remember that. But that's a thing that's rarely made, like new time rifts inside the actual city itself. I think it's cool. Umai says, if you ever do a Kid Goku, please tease him with Ultimate Battle 27.
I feel like it'll be a little obvious if I did that, though. Some people would be able to deduce that.
But then again, think of how obvious your current hints towards the next character are, and yet people are, I don't know, going a bit
Oh, yeah, like...
crazy with their theories.
Yeah, like with some of the teasers that I've been putting out towards a future Mythic Marvels character, I'm getting people predicting like Vegeta Black and Miris or Cialis.
Well, it seems there's
Yeah.
still a bit of a problem left over from that last change in history.
It would seem that Android 16 wasn't entirely defeated.
Or like
He's not supposed to be in that timeline.
Super
at all.
Kaioken Goku
Someone
or God
activated
Trunks.
him and then
And it's
revived
like-
him.
Yeah, or someone said Frieza. Well, you already confirmed that it's a Super Saiyan God.
Right? Like I've
Must be
teased
Koa.
that
I'm sure 16 is
I've
going to be
teased that
even
it
stronger
is some
than
sort
4.
of Super
Can you
Saiyan
handle
God,
this for us?
and someone predicts that it's Tournament of Power Frieza.
And even then, why Tournament of Power Frieza? Like, what could you possibly do for that? It's just Frieza.
Right? Like,
The only thing I could imagine is that little Death Beam cage thing that he did.
Grand Death Beam.
Yeah,
We actually made it back.
but that's
We're in
basically
my
like
era.
all.
No matter what, I have to bring peace
Yeah,
here.
like there's not much that. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's Kakarot. He's going
Kakarot
Kakarot mode. Hee hee.
What is 16 doing here? Something isn't right.
Destroy.
He's so small.
Trunks should be far more powerful than 16. He must have been
Thought
powered up
Vegeta
somehow.
from Goku Black's manga
We'll have
arc.
to defend Trunks in this fight.
Well, it goes Super Saiyan God there, but like,
We already have a kind of like we already have some aspects of that in the DLC version of God Vegeta. Like Prominence Flash, I believe, is supposed to be the Xenoverse version of Gamma Burst Flash if it was done in Super Saiyan God.
yeah. But I think this was supposed to be a guess for Mythic Marvels, which, well, no, considering Galactic Patrol logo.
Yeah. They'll be revealed soon.
You're in your perfect form?
Funny you should ask.
And
really.
since it was
You
mentioned,
might
why
be
not go
interested
for
to
it?
know that I installed 17 and 18.
Number 17 and 18? But that's impossible.
And also, how is it that you know my name? Oh, I know. You went to the past. That's the only explanation for it. Now you know so much about target Trunks. So it would seem that this stranger is my ally. You know, to be honest, I didn't have any more allies left alive. Oh, did you bring your little friend along for the ride? Is he here from the past? What?
Galactic Patrol Vegeta. Patience. Reveal is soon.
Patience. Oh, it seems like Echo Victory did
It's all
another
finally over.
Best Modded Ultimates
Everyone.
video.
I have to thank you,
Disaster
too.
Ray, Maximum Final Flash. I guess a source accurate God Punisher, which I believe is from Chinese mods.
Either Chinese mods or from Paradise Flames.
Power Bomb.
Ah, you're back.
Oh, Power Bomb?
work.
Isn't that
You did a
from... I
fine
mean, I have
job.
the skill. Is it... I think it's from Dexio.
Yeah, I think did he publicly release that?
No, I think it was Patreon.
Trunks.
I know it's on Patreon. I was just
Sorry
wondering
I
if
acted so rashly back there.
Just don't do it again. I understand how you must feel, but I can't allow you to do things
apparently
like that.
DZ
It's
did
dangerous.
the Legends finish, legendary finish, 100 times Big Bang
I owe
Kamehameha.
you an apology,
Yeah.
too.
He released
I'm
a new
really sorry.
Gogeta and a CAC skill pack.
That and
Nice.
thank you for all you did.
It looks cool for a mod.
Yeah, but in actual gameplay, it kind of sucks. It's cool for stuff
Yeah.
like photo mode or stuff like that. But if you actually want to
I don't see that working. Like, I don't see that working if it were like something in base game.
Nah. At least not in the way that he made it. That wouldn't work, no. Uma's just gonna spam guesses in the chat.
Gohan? Wow, you're still alive?
We'll fix that soon enough. Kill him now! Use your full power!
I will never die. Even if my body breaks. Another will rise in my place to dismantle you heartless androids.
Gohan!
Are you sure? It looks like history has been slightly altered.
A change like that will vanish when I put the scrolls together. But still, maybe I should leave it.
Well, you don't think a little change like that would do any harm, do you? Let's just let that one slip by.
I know there's someone in my server who likes Twitter posts from Zoe.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And that specific someone was in the general VC earlier again to get dragged in here.
Yeah, like, there's... I'm not gonna let people in VC all the time. Like, there's... Like, there's a reason why this channel exists the way it does. Because sometimes when I let too many people in the public VC during a stream, people will start getting loud and interrupting one another just to tell shitty jokes. That feels so try-hard.
Yeah, and some people just can't behave.
Right.
Like,
Or...
I remember that one stream when you were trying to say something and the whole VC was interrupting you the whole time.
It's irritating. And, like, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I won't be annoying, I won't interrupt you, I promise. They do it anyway.
You might ask what made you come up with the name Mythic Marbles.
I don't know. It just came to me. Legit.
What's up, generic? Sounds like generic, that's the joke, ha. Don't forget someone told another person to off themselves.
And 18 at the same time and attained his perfect form.
I missed that one. When did that happen?
Oh yeah, like... What was it? Like...
It isn't. Before, he absorbed 17 and later 18.
But last time, he absorbed them both,
like,
right?
I think it was someone saying, like, oh, if you like or dislike this,
my dad and I became in the
like,
hyperbolic time chamber.
telling people to off themselves for that, and it's like...
So, to test how strong Goku and the rest of us could get, he devised the Cell games.
And did that happen, like, in the middle of a stream, or what?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, God.
But if he's already achieved his perfect form,
Something
I don't think the Cell
involving
games will happen.
Re Xenoverse.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
I believe it was
like
Deep
trouble.
Green Asher,
Why don't you pop
who,
in and pay Cell a visit? You're far
I was
stronger
talking
than
about
you were
how
back then.
Re
So that
Xenoverse
might
did a
get
bunch
his
of shitty
attention.
stuff.
This is getting ridiculous.
Wait,
And, like,
with all these changes,
they intentionally put out unfinished renders and were claiming that they were making DLC quality content that changes the game altogether, and that they were basically making Xenoverse 3 clout chasing off of slow plays. And then Deep Green Asher's are like, Re-Xenoverse should kill themselves. And it's like, dude, We were just being
I'm familiar with this part of history.
carefully
so I'll be
critical
happy
of
to
them, and
guide
you just had to fucking come out with that.
That's true. You're the worst with romance
That's
stuff.
exactly
But you do know how to
why
punch
some
things.
people don't get dragged into the VCs.
Could you lay off
And
that
why some
for a
people don't get
while?
dragged into VCs anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, do your best out there.
What's Reasoniverse? Reasoniverse was a modding team, very short-lived. They were claiming to do like DLC quality mods. They will change the game, and then what they released was a God Goku, very lackluster. Pretty much, was he a reskin?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like he was literally just God Goku with hair that wasn't properly UV'd. His face model was fucked up. Like, instead of fixing it, they just fucked it up even more than it already was. All they did was just give him new costumes. They didn't change his gameplay at all. And then they just gave him a bunch of red-colored skills from Kefla, Caulifla. What other characters in this game have red skills? I think they gave him some Jiren skills. It was a very mediocre mod. It was literally just a costume swap mod.
Yep.
It was basically a pretty bad precursor to the God Goku partner key that we would get later.
Pretty much, yeah. Some God Vegeta mods? What do you mean by that question? If there are some good God Vegeta mods, or...
It is time for me to fight. Though I have not yet met.
Sounds like they were punching above their weight class there. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like...
They're pretending to be something that they are not.
Mythic Marvels sounds like a Yamoshi pack, to be honest. I don't see it, but... Oh, did Revamp rename Cell First Form into Imperfect Cell?
Yeah. It's part of their name revamp thing. I forgot the name right now, but the accurate roster names. Stuff like SSG, SS gets replaced with Super Saiyan Blue.
It's your funeral, pal.
When you buy your Android mod, they should put Buff Mode and Super Perfect Mode. Super Perfect is in the mod. I just didn't use it yet.
What's Buff Mode?
It's that one time when Cell was using, you know, the Super Saiyan Grade 3 to make fun of Trunks and shit like that. Or when he used it against Gohan.
What, that... Why would that be a transformation?
Well, it,
Whoa,
it is a transformation, but like, it was used for like, what, a couple seconds?
Work out there.
Minutes,
Stop
maybe?
history from changing
Then it's most likely not that significant of a form.
No, it's
We
not.
can't say they
The first
all
time
lived
Cell did it
happily
was
ever
when he made
after,
fun
though.
of Trunks, basically. And
Why do people ask for such fodder stuff?
And the
in
second
this
time,
game?
and the second time was against Super Saiyan 2 Gohan when Cell got a little bit desperate.
In the end, Cell absorbed Androids 17 and 18
I don't get it.
and attained his perfect form, right?
But Budokai 1 had it. Well, yeah, but like, it's not that important. It's not like
Right? Like, just
like-
just because one game has it doesn't mean the other games have to have it.
Yeah, and also like you have imperfect, semi-perfect, perfect, and super perfect. That's all the significant forms that the regular Cell has. So
Yeah, like
well,
it,
why would you need that?
it would be stupid.
More
Like,
that we haven't seen Toa
Yeah.
or Mira yet this time. One
I get the
thing is clear.
complaint
You can be
of
sure this won't
Super
be the
Vegeta
end.
not
We
being
need to keep a close eye on the
in
timeline.
Xenoverse, but then again, that shouldn't be a DLC. If it was in the base game, cool, but I'm not sad that we don't have it because it's not that important, but it would have just been a cool thing to have. But it's not
Yeah, and even
Leave that to me.
and even then, Super
You should go
Vegeta
and rest
is
for a
the
while.
name of
Thanks
Vegeta's
for
transformations.
Yeah.
Xenoverse's God Goku has Burning Shot and Kill Drive. So they just gave him
Driver.
they just gave him Caulifla, Pycon, and Turles skills and called it a fucking day.
Like
People of Kanton City, have you been to the Hero Coliseum yet? There you can enjoy it.
I get Burning Shot because fire. Then again, it still doesn't fit Goku, but like Kill Driver, why would you give that to God Goku? Like what's
It's
it supposed
completely
to
unfitting.
imitate?
Oh, there
Like
you are.
Godbind? Then
I
again,
think
that
so,
has nothing
because
to
it's
do
like
with
a-
it.
You're right, because Godbind didn't do damage. It held him back. They gave him Dragon Burn.
After Cell reached his perfect form, he came up
But
with
then
something
at
called
least
the Cell
change the
Gaze.
animation so that it looks like Godbind, because Dragon Burn does work, like the effect of it works for Godbind, but then at least change it so that he does the little move with his hands.
Like combine
But here's the deal.
combine
One of
the
participants
animation
shouldn't actually be
for
there.
Kill Driver with the projectile of Dragon Burn, and you got a decent, like,
You got a basic
half
version
effort.
of Godbind.
You have a decent, like, partial effort Godbind.
Going with you to fight. This time, though, the two of you can support us.
You can count on us.
Show the newcomer how it's done, Trunks.
Right.
Their God Goku mod was mainly red and fire focused skills.
Well, that can be a cool thing if it's original guilds or something like that, but just taking
Right.
random skills from random characters, that's low effort.
Yeah, like just pasting shit from base game and calling it DLC quality. Like, no, the DLCs are better than that shit.
The DLCs add new stuff every time. Every time.
Yeah, and people want to go and act like the mods do better than DLCs in some capacity. I'm gonna be honest, no, they don't.
The amount of modders that actually add like high quality new stuff to the game that's a small fraction. If you look at BGM, most mods that get uploaded there are just like pretty basic stuff or like costumes or something.
Or like just personal projects that would never get added into the game anyway.
Why do people always see mods as like that big thing that makes the game so much better? I mean, yes, there are some cool projects like Revamp or Expanded or now Mythic Marvels as well, but like that's a small fraction of the community.
Yeah, and even then, without the DLC, Mythic Marvels wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Without all the new stuff that gets added from the DLCs,
Hang in there just a bit.
my mods would not be the way that they are. Like Cabba Super Saiyan 2. His moveset would not be possible without assets from God Vegeta,
Everything's ready.
Caulifla, Kale,
What are you planning
and
this time,
Majub.
Toa?
Cabba is
I
heavily
imagine
reliant
you'll have your share of
on
fun today.
Ultra Pack 2, Ultra Pack 1, and Legendary Pack 2. Xenoverse basically gave up after 2 mods, God Goku and PA Piccolo. I think
they had a PA Piccolo, I forgot about that.
and even then I think their moveset for that PA Piccolo was literally just the CAC Namekian moveset. And yeah, when it comes to Xenoverse, I think they had an adult Gotenks planned.
Power is shooting up all of a sudden. This must be
And it was going to be
Toa's dark
themed
magic.
after superhero. It was after the movie came out. I kid you not. I believe one of the taglines for their adult Gotenks was like
I'm sorry.
saying
That's all
something
the help
about
I can give you.
giving the community what Bandai couldn't,
Cell is more dangerous.
or
than-
what Toei couldn't.
This isn't the first time we've seen this trick.
Bet it would have been a Gogeta
They have some
reskin.
extra surprises in store.
100%.
Stay on your guard.
That, or it just would have been Gotenks' exact moveset with no changes.
Yeah.
I actually remember seeing one time that Revamp was originally going to work on Xenoverse 1. What do you think that would have been like? That would have been interesting to see, because I don't think installable character mods were a thing in Xenoverse 1. It was mainly just replacer mods.
They now actually are. Like, I've seen someone is... I don't know if they are still trying, but they were trying to make the Xenoverse 2 mod installer for Xenoverse 1, basically. And there are a couple unused slots in the files, apparently, that can be used to add new characters. But I didn't really look into it, but there has been some new discoveries in Xenoverse 1 as well.
I'm sorry. You simply cannot.
I mean, it is
Considering how
kind of irrelevant now.
Yeah. Considering how low effort and poorly made ReZeniverse was, yeah, like I think there was a meme someone in the community made about ReZeniverse. Hold on, I would have to find it. Yeah. They ReZeniverse copied Revamp so hard that they even made their own website based on their mod things. And like they had links to their Discord server, their Xenoverse mods pages, and all that shit. And God Goku had one custom skill from ReZeniverse, and it was Gravity Bash.
Yeah, I do remember that, but I think that wasn't that just like Gigantic Breaker or something like that?
I think so. I think it was just a red Gigantic Breaker.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the problem with ReZeniverse was mainly the way they were speaking of themselves.
Yeah, and the way they were handling their project. And, like, the kind of people that were affiliated with the project. Like, their tagline, I shit you not, their tagline on their website was Xenoverse mods done honestly. As if
what
to
does that even mean?
Right? As if to say that people don't put effort into their mods except for them.
That is...
And someone made a meme about that, where they edited the website element and screenshotted it to say Xenoverse mods done shoddily with very little effort from the help of homophobes, mental health issue fakers, scammers, anti-Semites, mod thieves, and literal pedophiles. Fucking Christ.
That's right. You revealed yourself.
Like, every modder puts effort into their projects. I mean, of course, if you are a really Xenoverse and just lazy slap something on the table. But like, even I put effort into the transforming mods. Like, okay, they are just asset mashes, essentially. But I try to make them cool and fun to play as, so I do put effort in them. So, like, which modder does not put effort, huh? Xenoverse mods done right, that's like, done honestly, that's a weird thing to say. White says, wouldn't it be possible to choose what race to replace for bioandroids? Well, technically you can replace any race, but like, you know, the developers of the mod don't want to make an installer for every race so that you can choose which one you want to replace. And they chose the Namekians, so that's how it is now.
Yeah, Namekian makes the most sense to replace.
The cell games are open to any option. Then we will be participating as well.
Very well.
In Re-Xenoverse's logo, I think it was literally just ripping off Revamp's logo. Because I think Revamp's logo at the time when they had released 4.0, their logo was still pink. It was still the Android 21 theme. Because 4.0 was the update that they released Majin 21.
Something like a turtle with space and jump. Those metal cores like pilots, so they can participate in the cell. Please.
It's a funny part in general. Like, there's these people who say Revamp is trash or something, but then they copy them. Then, like, then they cannot be that trash if you copy them.
Right? Like Re-Xenoverse was full of modders who see Revamp as, like, elitists or something. Then why are you banking off of their success in the community?
Yeah. I would rather replace Earthlings, but that wouldn't really work, considering that Saiyans and Earthlings share the same files, except for the moveset.
Yeah. Yeah. Earthlings and Saiyans. Earthlings and Saiyans are basically interchangeable in terms of assets. If you change one of them, you change all of them. So if you were to change any, like, that's why when you install custom hairs for Saiyans, you gotta put them in the human folder. Because Saiyans use human files.
Yeah,
that's
literally
why they're
anything that's not a moveset.
Yeah, like, the only thing different about humans and Saiyans is what skills they can use and the different movesets that they get.
But then again, technically, humans could use the same skills. It's just deactivated for them. But if you put them on there, they will work. Except for like the Super Saiyan 3 stance, that does not work.
Yeah.
That would be technically an easy fix, and then they could literally just then they would be copy paste.
Yeah, like, to some extent, Saiyans are essentially a human reskin, but the only thing that keeps them from being a full-on human reskin is having their own race-exclusive skills.
If you want a better DBS God Goku mod, check Shadow Sun's mod. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, Shadow Sun is so good.
Or Kaido Kids, the pack that I made with him, the Saiyan Showdown pack, that's also better than Re-Xenoverse. And it has all the forms.
I need to check that out.
Another fly buster. Do you really against so many of us? Come on now. Do you really think I'd dive in here head first without a plan? What? My mother? She's a brilliant scientist, and I've always loved messing.
Didn't know that. Majin then.
Well, for Majins, first of all, they have a Super Buu race plan.
Yeah.
Second of all, it would be kind of weird considering there's male and female Majins. Like, what would you do with the female ones? Would you just leave them be? Then you have the male ones as Bio, and then the female are still Majins. Like, huh? It makes sense to choose Namekians.
Yeah.
Saiyan Showdown, so yeah. case you missed out, Umai, Kaido recently released the CAC skill pack for Saiyan Shonen. That includes the transformations.
Looks like that's taken care of. Could you go back and check on the others?
Look, I'll support you from the time bench. Gotta take it from here.
Oh, thanks to my Saiyan cells. Returning to health from a near-death experience has only made me even more powerful. What's so funny? Have you gone insane?
Overconfidence got my tail. Glad I can avenge it. Wanting to destroy you with my own two hands.
I can manage enough to use him all the cool stuff you can do. Well, I mean, if you ever get a PC, you can start getting into it. It's a lot of trial and error of doing a mod yourself, but you can get into it.
Come on, Gohan! Still haven't used your full power yet! Release your power! What are you doing?
All right.
Good night, Umai.
Impossible! How can I?
Remember when Revamp Team teased the Goku Black manga back? I remember them teasing Fused Zamasu from the manga.
Yes! Yes, I did it! Amazing. He actually pulled it off.
Oh yeah, when I ask, is Breakers compatible in any way modding wise? Well, you cannot mod in Breakers.
Yeah, you can't mod Breakers, but you can pull files from Breakers to make as mods for Xenoverse 2.
Yeah, that works. There's a lot of free assets out there to be used that are pulled from Breakers.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
That was a wild ride, wasn't it? I never expected to see a swarm of coolers show up. But everything turned out just fine, thanks to Trunks.
Yeah, I really didn't expect Trunks to be able to pull off a stunt like that.
Huh? Hold on a sec. I thought that was why you sent me there in the first place.
Oh yeah, I had that all planned out. Why are you looking at me like that? Everything turned out fine, didn't it?
Good grief. You sure
Have
don't
there
have
been any
any
Spopovich and Young mod since? I remember DK posting something about a Spopovich, I believe. Was it DK? I think it was DK.
I remember Stedoje saying he had hopes one day we could get a Breakers shader mod for Xenoverse, because Breakers shading is super nice and vibrant.
I mean, Breakers looks okay, but I still prefer how Xenoverse looks, honestly.
Yeah, and with the amount of detail that's going into the current DLC's models with the shader that they're using, it looks good. Like, look at Orange Piccolo's model from what's been leaked of this latest update. Like, that is a good model.
And I also feel like all the DYTs and stuff got better since DLC 7. Like, ever since Extra Pack 3, I really feel like everything in quality like got so much better.
Oh yeah, like since like 2 years after the game came out, the model quality has only been increasing, and I think it's because of like potentially a new team taking over for the DLC. And I think this change started at this change may have started with Ultra Pack 2. And that's potentially indicated in how the character files are sorted. Because when it comes to how the character files are sorted, post Ultra Pack 1, for some reason, Majub and Android 21 are listed after the CACs. The CAC files are usually listed after all the characters who were introduced in Xenoverse 1. After the CACs, that's usually where all the characters who were developed exclusively for Xenoverse 2, like characters in the vanilla roster, like Zarbon, Dodoria, Nail, they're usually listed after the CACs. But for some reason, it's now been reorganized to where Majub and 21 are listed after CACs. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember hearing that the original producer of Xenoverse left. That could be the case. Who was the producer when the game came out, and who is the producer now? Because that could very much be proof of the change in direction for the DLCs.
I sadly don't quite know.
Yeah.
If anyone is willing to check that up right now, feel free to do that. Now that Eric said that, I do remember something like that. I think there was a producer swap, so that might actually be the case.
Right. I feel like ordering food, but on one hand, I want to keep saving money for the new PC.
My God. Well, I mean, food is important.
Well, yeah, but like,
Welcome!
I don't want to keep getting all this money from Patreon and then being all like, breakfast sandwich.
Well, yeah, but you're not spending all of it.
Yeah, true. And I'm at least like using more than half of it for stuff that is worth it, like feeding my cats and
Yeah, you should like
buying them-
split it up. One half
Yeah, buying-
gets saved, and the other one is to be used for important stuff.
yeah, like
What's up?
because I just bought cat food and cat litter a couple days ago, and thank God, like Garfield was like whining for 2 days straight because they didn't have food. We had to give them wet cat food out of the cans.
Damn.
This is big! This is really, truly tremendous!
Supreme Kai of Time. What's going on?
Listen carefully. Toki Toki has laid the egg we've been waiting for!
Wait. You're kidding. An egg?
Yeah, an egg from Toki Toki!
You know what? I'll look at how much I have and see if I'm comfortable with ordering something.
This is a cause for celebration.
Because I just made myself
Supreme
some
Kai of
chicken
Time.
flavored ramen earlier.
Is this the emergency
kick
you
ass.
were talking about?
Yeah, we have to throw a big party!
I see. I figured there was some big change in history.
Yeah, let's
You
put at
just
least.
don't get it! You don't get it at all! Do you know what this means? This is incredibly happy news for our world!
Let's put at least
For every
15.
world ever!
Is that so?
Oh, I guess I must have neglected to tell you about them.
Okay.
Toki Toki holds power over time, right? The eggs he lays contain all the time for a universe.
Oh
When
yeah,
one of
as
those
usual with the
magnificent
meltdown.
eggs hatches, it marks the dawn
One of my
a
favorite
whole
restaurants
new
near me.
timeline.
Wow.
Person who
That's
makes
one
my
heck of an
sandwiches
egg.
deserves the
So,
biggest raise
we have a
in
party
human
to prepare.
existence.
I'll cook up something wonderful!
Like, you deserve to be put on the spot.
Hold on a minute. Could we have the
Goated
party
sandwich
later,
maker.
maybe?
Huh? But I have a new apron and everything!
And I'm sure it looks great on you, but I'm not that hungry, and
There's the double quarter pounder meal with
Well, in that
cheese.
case...
Hey.
Okay, I
One
guess
Piece
we'll
fans
wait till we
versus
get
Dragon Ball
everyone
fans are the bane of my
After
fucking
all,
existence
that
because
partner
there's
of
two
yours
goats
isn't
that I
done
love,
yet
but seeing
anyway.
One Piece fans say that Super Saiyan isn't iconic compared to Gear 5 is
everything's okay.
that's dude my younger
Always
brother
make a phone call
is
every once in a while.
like falling into that shit.
Right.
He genuinely believes that like One Piece is more iconic than Dragon Ball because of like manga sales.
Another change in history.
Oh no.
It's like, my guy. That's the shit goofballs say.
One Piece fans want all the smoke for some reason. I really don't know what's up with that whole discussion about Dragon Ball versus One Piece. Can't they just coexist? Is that a thing that is not possible?
Two goats can't coexist, apparently.
Yeah.
God damn, why is a triple cheeseburger so goddamn expensive?
We've gathered quite a lot
$4.61.
Sterling,
Jesus, that is close to
Slug, and
$5.
Cooler. They're all doing their parts. They brought back a great deal of damage energy. Much more than I expected.
Yes. Thanks to it, I feel far stronger. So why is it that I suddenly feel anxious? What is that strange, immeasurable power? Why do they possess it, but I do not?
McDonald's has a
This one
fucking
is the same.
cookie select option, but the only selections are chocolate chip. Then why not just automatically select chocolate chip, you fucking
Even stronger
goofballs?
than when Toa augmented his power? But this one doesn't frighten me. Not like the other ones. What is that power?
Mira, the time has come. We will put the plan into action.
Oh, add 1 cent worth
You
of
must be
items to
growing
save with
restless.
Dash Pass.
Right.
Fuck off. Why? Why does it have to be 1 cent? 1 fucking cent. Apparently my subtotal's at $11.99.
God damn.
I'm gonna commit a war crime, dude. Okay. Here we go.
Kakarot! It's you! What are you looking at, Kakarot? Mountain Boost energy is completely off the charts! Wait, no time for the two of us to be fighting!
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. It's a decent amount that I'm getting. I was correct to transfer $15.
Do it.
Yeah, with the amount that I'm getting, I'm satisfied. Yeah. Order processed. Now we wait for that to get picked up. Arriving between... Oh my god. Arriving within 58 to 73 minutes? Damn, I got some time.
That's some long time. Now you're fighting against steroids. Yeah.
I think the time will shorten once I've gained a driver.
But I hope they don't disappear again.
It's like, oh, I'll take the order. 2 minutes later, oh, no.
Nah, never mind.
I don't really feel like it.
You're coming with me! You, listen! I'll take care of Mountain Boo. You take care of that stupid monster over there! Did you just call me a monster? I'll make you suffer for
Great! Broly's out of the picture. That should put history back on track.
I feel like that's another criticism I have with people judging media solely because of their fandoms. Like, not wanting to get into a certain show or movie series because of its community.
Yeah,
like,
that comes for games. Yeah, Fortnite.
Like, I don't interact with the Fortnite community. I just play the game.
Yeah, same. I like the game. That's why I play it. I don't give a crap about the community.
Right? Like, I like the stuff that's been coming out for Star Wars lately. And I only lightly interact with the fandom because most of the time it's just a bunch of toxic dude bros who think Star Wars should be this and that.
Yeah.
They're the same people.
Especially with sequels.
Yeah, I
haven't hugged you even once.
There are some of the same people
you were
who would have contributed to harassing George Lucas when the prequels came out, but then decided to go on this revisionist history bullshit when the sequels came out, being like, "Oh, the prequels are actually good this whole time. Oh my god." No, they were like they're secret masterpieces. They were George Lucas magnum opus. It's Disney who are the bad guys. You know, Star Wars totally wasn't a cash grab franchise before Disney bought things. You know, they totally weren't trying to sell toys in between each movie.
I've seen a video about toys and other things from when the prequels came out, and episode 2, so many random toys. Crazy. And don't get me started on the Lego sets. There's a Lego set for literally everything.
I'll keep you from coming
The
back
Lego
this
set were a Padme assassination
But no
attempt at the beginning of the movie. I was wrong. There was no danger.
Farewell.
Boom!
Trunks. Even you.
Soul actually adds a interesting argument to modern anime fandom culture.
That wasn't an easy piece of history to revisit for you.
Also, saying Super Saiyan is bad compared to Gear 5 is a slap in the face to Oda and Toriyama, because those two fucking love each other as far as I know. Of course, one of Oda's biggest inspirations is going to make its way into his work.
You need to take it easy on Trunks. This is very
Alex
hard on him.
says Dragon Ball fans are making it worse by fueling the fire.
I'm fine, really.
Thank you, though. Soul says it's part of why I don't watch One Punch Man. The fandom focuses on nothing but he can beat the entire fiction verse. He OP. He's strongest. He single hit nail. And Alex says that's why I see threads of like fans saying this is garbage or that is garbage, and I'm just like, if it's ass, just say it's ass. Like, just say you think it's mid and move on. Damn, doing the most for what Twitter likes? Just say you think it's cheeks. Yeah, I feel like people make too big of a deal out of comparing certain stories to one another, and it's just like, why not just judge them on their own merits instead of trying to compare them to other things you've watched? Like, there's no use in comparing or power scaling, like, oh my god, would Saitama beat Ultra Instinct Omen Goku only using a little bit of his emotions? Like, who fucking cares? Just enjoy the media for what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you dislike it, you dislike it. What's with this obsession that people have with comparing fictional characters' feats to one another and constantly arguing whether or not who would win in a fight against one another? It's like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna end it here for today. First of all, because we're already pretty far through the main story. And second of all, because I'm kinda having a headache since like 30 minutes and it's kinda getting hard to play and stream and all that. So, yeah. If you want to keep up with this, then subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you enjoyed today's stream, then leave a like. Or follow me on Twitter as well. You could do that. Be cool. And also follow Coffee. So...
I'm about to start I don't know if I'm going to start a stream, but I'll just through the shout out command in the chat.
that is there for a reason. So, yeah. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.